Hello, everyone. Welcome to Shroom Chronicles. I'm Nylock, and today we have two special guests. We have Meow.
Woo!
Welcome.
We also have, for the Shroomie Spotlight, we have Fara himself, Lord Faramir, Fara from 1180.
Yep.
Welcome.
Good evening.
And as always, we have the Beard Bros. We have Loki.
Oh, that's not me.
and we have Calm. Woo! So yeah, some goodies today, some cool stuff that we have to talk about. I guess my first question is simple. Farah, I believe you asked that Meow be part of the show. Am I incorrect about that?
Yeah, no, I mean, he said last time he was going to ask me, but I was busy that day during his spotlight, so I returned the favor. He said he would join me.
Have you two been buddies in the game for some time or something like that?
Yeah. So pretty much, I think every mage, when Dr. Shroom was still around, his guide on the general Discord, and I was a big part of that community. Everyone asked me questions until I kind of backed off of that. And I'm sitting here looking in across arena when I finally got up to peak, and I'm like, why is this guy, like, it looked like similar in power, even though he's really like 10 million higher than me. I was like, how is he always like top, 20? So I'm just like, hey, slid into DMs, was like, hey, how are you so powerful? I got any tips? And we just kind of struck it off there. And
Nice.
Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned that. I had been looking at I was looking at Dr. Shroom's guide just last night. I hadn't looked at it in months and months and months. I was just curious, like looking at some of the newer guides, and because there's a really good prophet guide by Malgrith and Valsyrian, helped edit and stuff, and they kept referencing it, and I was like, I've seen that a lot. I think it was Gatekeeper, one of our team members that first sent it to me. But the screenshots are hilarious because there's a screenshot of Dr. Shroom 10th in Legendary Champs and Peak. And there's some names that I recognize, like Morji, Morji. He's still rocking and rolling, wrecking me in Legends. It was just neat, seeing some of that stuff. I know that you. So when Martial Sage meta started, you swapped to Martial Sage. How early was that? Was that pre J Hot or post J Hot around the same time? I don't know why I have J Hot associated with
No, it's definitely after him. But I tried so hard as a mage. I don't have scissors. I'm missing tons of artifacts. I usually just get the mount. I feel like that's more efficient. So I get the mount. I don't have many artifacts. So my attack's always very low. I didn't have scissors, so I couldn't compete with all the regen, the sages, and stuff like that. And again, low attack, no scissors. It was like, I can't compete like this. What's a good build for someone with low attack, but my defense and HP is through the roof? Oh, this sage meta. Let's just see how it goes. And I did well, but it was boring to me. Everyone sage versus sage was just boring.
There's only so much you can do.
Yeah, I can't count how many like Cold Pulse from 461. He's been in Legends for some time now. I think a couple of months, but he was the first that really shine the light on how boring it is. If you're staying Martial Sage, you can't, because he was Prophet before. I think similar to you, but
yeah.
You can't you don't have all of your different attacking sets, here's my anti-warrior, here's my anti-archer, here's this. No, it's just you're a bun, and you're just so kneecapped with offense. Obviously there's monsters with all kinds of crazy stats that can do anything with anything, but for the mere mortals out there, you're playing Martial Sage Regen. Yeah, okay. And so you switched to Tamer, right? All right.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about this Tamer switch.
So before the Sage meta, when the class was still kind of new, I tried to put together a Tamer build. I did the 2v2 tournament with Ubel when Ubel still played, I know he had a guide, Tamer guide back then, and I asked, hey, do you want a 2v2, Tamer and Tamer, and like we did terrible. At the time, now Pal Crit's so easy to get, but back then, if it wasn't on runes, you weren't doing like any damage really. And for those that may know or may not know, I have terrible rune luck. I just now finally got like up to I think 400. So I tried it way back when I was Tamer for the 2 or 3 weeks before we got knocked out. I tried it another couple days and I was like, this just really isn't working. So I went back to Prophet. I started off Prophet, PvE'd at Prophet, did everything as Prophet up until that switch was like the first time I really changed classes, other than occasionally swapping to Plume for PvE progress. But so yeah, swapped to that Sage meta, and the whole time the Sage meta was there, I was still trying to build runes for Tamer. So and so when as soon as I heard about the patch that Ubel was waiting on, even though he had quit by the time that this patch came out, because it's on the overseas. I just kept trying to build Tamer, hoping I can get strong enough, good enough runes, and then I saw the patch. I was like, you know what? Now's the time. I just swapped with whatever I had at the time, and it's been working ever since. I mean, it's fun. It's very versatile. I tested a lot with Meow a lot on his builds, my builds and stuff like that. It's good to have someone like, hey, switch to this real quick. He's got builds for everything. Let's just see how it does. And it's very fun, very versatile. So.
Yeah, speaking of the tournament, Maharaga and Brad are teamed up this time, and I was talking with Maharaga a couple days ago, and he was like, "Yeah, Fara and Haya. Am I pronouncing that right? Is it Haya or Haya? Haya?
I say Haya. I'm not 100%.
Haya, you're cool. I'm sorry for mispronouncing your name. Kind of what happened literally last show with Fara, right? Yeah.
So Haya is the next Shroomie Spotlight, or
we got a trend.
Predictions.
But Maharaga was telling me like how close, because he and Brad are both, they're both double dogging it, and they had like a real close fight with you. I guess they lost, but it was like split second, like
milliseconds.
I have a great screenshot I can share, but 2 matches, it literally comes down to milliseconds, and then there's one where I have like 10% health left, and everyone else has their cheetah activated. I was like, yes, there's those resists, because I'm a huge fan of resists. I run resist like 70 plus resists for everything, and I was like, yes. Someone asked yesterday about high resists, and I was like, yes. I think that's had to have done it, but it was a good match, hard bracket yesterday. But there's 4 glass cannons going at it. It's just milliseconds away each fight.
Oof.
Yeah.
Des and Meow, I didn't see all of the results. How did you do, Meow?
Pretty easily. I was gonna lie. We got an easy bracket. Like there was, like we had what, Ned, Deathwing and Fox, I think, and then everyone else is kind of like the new up and coming kind of groups, which is great to see. Like seeing new talent come into it, so it was good to see. But now I've just got to knock Calm out, so it'll be right.
Yeah, top 32. Nobody has an easy time, right? No, nobody has an easy time. It'll be. I don't think I've ever been this excited.
There are a couple teams that have an easy time. Okay.
In top 32.
Huh?
In top 32.
I mean, there's a couple.
Oh, sorry. You're sorry.
There's at least 2.
Okay. So, my apologies. All right. But for the other 30 of 32 teams. Anyway, I don't know. So, why don't we go around the horn on this actually? Because I'm kind of curious. Calm, how you doing with Mr. Matt's debating? How'd you guys do?
So far we're doing well. I mean, we dropped a few matches in qualifying, just kind of messing around with my mage build and him on Plume. Our top 128 went pretty smooth. I feel good about our bracket, but also we'll see.
All right.
I mean, your bracket's pretty strong. You got the two people that are in this podcast with us today.
Yeah.
Three of the
Yeah. 3 of the 7 teams, or however many teams, are in this chat right now.
Ooh. Yeah, so that'll be fun. Loki, I know you were.
Oh, I didn't make it.
I saw you in our history,
I didn't make it.
in our record.
Your
Okay,
teammate probably hit us, or my teammate's just stupid and hit you guys. One of the two.
Okay.
But yeah, no, we had like 7,000 points. We didn't. We were starting good. Like we started at like 26, and then the second day we were 46, and then the third day we were going.
Okay. Just the defense the defense just was too many L's on defense or
Oh
something.
yeah, I didn't even want to count how many L's I was taking. It was bad.
One of those. Okay, I know the feeling. Every time I look at my record in Legends, I get it. I know the feeling well. Okay. Giraffic and I we were in, I think it was group 5, I don't remember, but it was Zico and F2P, and
Yeah.
Zico he can just 2-1 us, no offense to F2P Shroom. But Zico just wrecked us. Then we had Leroy, the other double tamer team.
Mm-hmm.
I think when we counted, there was something like 7 total, like not 7 teams, but 7 total tamers in our group. So we both
y'all had a tamer heavy bracket.
Yeah, we had to. So we both. I switched to Martial Sage Regen, which I don't really do much. It's something I can do, but we thought our best bet was to just double bun it and just crank up the POW damage res. It didn't work versus the teams that we wanted it to work against. I think we were 5th. So yeah, bad times, but it is what it is. That's the Shroomie tournament. But yeah, okay, all right. Meow, you switch classes fairly regularly. I remember after your spotlight was the first time I tried out Supreme Spirit. You're like, yeah, just do Supreme Spirit. Just use all your mage shit. Use all your attacking sets, all that stuff. Just switch to Supreme Spirit. You get, at the time, it's no longer the case, but you get like extra 10, 15% HP, 15% attack. You get bonuses. You get extra PAL. It's fun. And I rocked that shit for almost a month. It was really fun.
Yeah, I still swap back.
Yeah. Okay. Last I saw, I think you're a prophet, but I don't know. I don't know if that's just for Shroomie tournament or something else. I don't know.
Yeah, so I've been playing Prophet a fair bit again. I don't know, it's close to my heart. And then I swapped to Regen Sage for the beginning of the tournament. And now I don't know what I'm going to do. I've got to work something out to try and get to the next round.
You got to take out Fara, bro. You got to figure something out.
Yeah, I don't know. So I was on stage with like 2,800. Was it 2-8 defense and 3-8 crit resistant coming into it? But now I'm not sure what I'm going to rock at the moment. I'm an Axe Warrior at the moment, just to muck around with that. But you never know what I'm going to turn up into.
Yeah, what are you gonna turn up to tomorrow? Asking just for a friend.
Fara was curious.
Yeah, Fara
wanted
to know.
If you would like to know, like what you're gonna run and what Deserving's gonna run, just
yeah. What's Des doing?
Just to know,
Last time we put shit we had like what Blues bracket last time. We did well against Blue and Bird, but we lost everyone else. So I don't know what we're going to do.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
And let's not forget another tough team in this bracket. We have Field and Blizzard.
Yep.
So
they're everywhere, man. Dang, they've been top 8 and they've been yeah.
It's gonna be a competitive bracket, I feel.
Yeah.
Whichever two come out of your all's group, it's gonna be, not that this isn't necessarily true for other groups, but
we got Bill and Merc too. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Merc in there too,
and the Creams.
Are you getting flashbacks yet, Tom? Where
the
three-way tie for fucking second.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't
goodness.
know. Tough group.
All right. Oh, I completely neglected chat. Who's here? We got Ravs. What up, Ravs? Uzi, Miguel Rivas. Just a nobody. That's a Sakamoto Days Sage, or not Sage, Mage. What up, dude? We got everyone here. Cutie, Bella, Blank's here. Chemtrial. My goodness. Moldy Hobo. What up, everyone? All right. Sorry, let's get it back on track. Fara, so you're in 1180 now. Why don't you tell us the story of what was your original server? You've had, I think, 2 merges. Then that means hopefully a third coming up here in April.
Yeah, it's happening.
Yep. So I am 1180 OG. We had, D-Gens was the first family that I was in. So I don't know if anyone recognizes that. I mean, but
I remember.
I was there. Coin was a big one. Fuzzy, Beastie Hobo, all them. And then first merge happened. That one was pretty good. We, at that point, we kind of all came into. Was it? Yeah, one family. No, the first merge was kind of Beast. You remember Beast?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he came in the merge. His server had, I think, 7 active players. So we were down to 30, and the family Dragon Legacy we ended up going into had like 42. So we're like, all right. It was like the easiest merge. We were like, you guys have more active. Us 2 together have less than you. So we'll just boom. It was easy. Got along very well. But for me, when merges happen, you get activity for a couple weeks, maybe a month, and then it all dies down. Beast was great. It was nice to finally have like a powerhouse. He was like 30 levels above a lot of us, like 20, 15, 20. Amongst some of our current whales, and he was just that much higher. So it was great to have that powerhouse, but he was, he topped everything, plundered all day, stole crops all day, he's just like, I play the game how it was intended, but other than that, it was a great merge, great people.
Everyone's got mage on the brain.
They got mage on the mind. All 5 of us are mage mains, I think, right? Calm, think you started as mage?
I started as mage, yeah.
I think Calm is more archer than mage, but he plays a lot of mage. Yeah.
Yeah, first time I saw him, he was wrecking his mage, so.
Calm, am I wrong about that? Are you more archer than mage?
I've played archer more, but I started as mage. I ran mage up to like a level like 100 or not 100, like to 40 million power, 30 million power, something like that. And then I swapped to archer. But I told my server initially, I was like, I'm gonna be, because like it was like me and one other guy rushing at the start. And I told him, I was like, I'm gonna be the server's first Dark Lord. And then Dark Lord was so bad in those early days. I was like, never mind, guys, I'm going to Bloom.
Oh yeah, I was Dark Lord until like level 120, and I was like, what am I doing? It wasn't until people started yelling at me going, that's like the worst mage class, right? Like there's 2, but that's like the worst thing you can do.
All right. Sorry. So we all got mage on the brain because mage rules. We all know this. All right. Sorry. So you merged Beast, and then like server activity now, like if you looked at an expired box, like what's the range? Are you like 50 to 60, 60 to 70?
So this really surprises me every time you guys talk about that. 73.
73. If you glance through the whole list, like every name that got gems, roughly how many would you say actually play the game? And by that I mean like log in at least a few times a week. That's what I'm saying.
You can like recognize.
I was going to say, I recognize maybe half of these as players that have ever said anything in the chat. The other half of these are like, I've never heard of half of these people. They're just random. Some of them still have Shroomie, or they're, the Spanish equivalent. Champion. champignon. You know,
Yeah.
whatever. That's not a Spanish accent, but yeah, with the Enye in there and everything. But yeah, half the players, when we do, there's mostly one family. We have a second family that has now maybe a dozen, so that just won't come over. But in Brawl, we don't have the full 110. I think we get like 9, maybe a little over 100 now. We're taking any player, big or small, because only 30 inactives, get thrown in. So.
And how many servers are in your family Brawl for 1180?
How do I see that?
I think you sent me. I think you have like 6 or 7.
Okay, so your family brawls are still fun-ish.
I mean, I face royalty every other week, sometimes 2-3 weeks, back to back. So I don't know. Now that they have less players, but still have Meow, who's a monster. It's a little more even. But it's very repetitive, and no one really shifts towers. My leader is I'm not, my family's leader. He's very competitive. He like analyzes towers, and he'll, make the change, the split second and stuff like that, which is great because I did that in the past with, being leaders in the past. But he handles it, and that's great. But we face the same families just over and over.
Okay. Are there any servers that you would like to merge with in this next merge? Whenever
That's what I was about to ask. I'm putting the positivity out there. It's coming up. I was literally about to ask that just because it's coming this weekend. I can feel it.
Coming.
Isn't it the next merge date? Isn't it?
When? I can't wait for the list. I haven't seen anything, but
that they would announce another thing. So 4 days. So this weekend.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah. Fuck, I'm dying for a merge.
Yeah, I think, me and Meow, 1180, 1182, I think that makes the most sense. It'd be nice to, be on the same server with someone I'm speaking to already every day. But honestly, like anyone on the Chronicles or the Lotlem server, this is all a great community. It's just like none of them are on my server, so, really any. But yeah, it'd be nice to get some other high level, power people to help me plunder.
The dev accusations are popping back up again, and I blame the two here and right there for starting it.
I'm just repeating what I've always heard, you dev.
Fara Meow, the starter of Loki's a dev, by the way.
I think I just joined the bandwagon. I don't know who said it first.
I think Meow said it first.
Oh, that makes sense. I just piled on.
This was a couple minutes ago, but Cryptid in chat was saying that Fara's fam is one of 2 that they have to plan against. So yeah, apparently, even if there's 6 servers, unlike a lot of family brawls that have one other server or literally just their own server that they're doing family brawl, even if you have 6, it's still boring and repetitive. And okay, all right, sorry, I was going back there, but even us with the 19 servers that participate, you kind of get bored after a while because you're facing the same 5 to 10 families every week. Oh no, it's Woo again. Well, at least I'll never have to say that. Okay.
Exactly. Oh, it's Woo again. Oh, it's Zico again. Oh, it's Kem again. Oh, it's
Hey, listen to all those names you're saying, okay? It's literally just oh, it's only Shrooms. Oh, it's Luna.
Yeah.
All right, it's only Shrooms.
Gods.
It's Luna.
It's only gods.
Yeah, I got hit by Kem's partner Imba in Cross Arena last night. They didn't even Imba didn't even bother to switch to an attacking set or anything against me. They just straight used their stall set and just effed me up. And the chat we've had often in our server in 488 is stall versus stall is 95% of the time whoever attacks is gonna lose because stall versus stall. No, Imba just fucked me up. they had like Shroom Shield and like Nature's Renewal on. This was not even like, oh, I'll throw in a smoke bomb or something. Nope. Just
Hey, those have very high multipliers on them. Okay, those could deal some damage.
Hey, I'm just saying, like, it felt bad. I'm just gonna leave it at that. So, it felt bad. Yeah, it is what it is. I think. Do we have it? Did anyone look up the dates? I guess I could look them up on the actual.
Yeah, I started doing.
I know there's one at the end of the month.
I think one's on the 14th, and then one's on the.
Yeah, that's
So,
what
yes.
I think I remember too. So we should hear Friday. Who's going to be on that list? Thursday or Friday? I think they did the last one on Thursday.
Yeah.
So hopefully we hear Thursday, but maybe Friday.
Where's Chem and F2P? They could let us know what the announcement.
Kim was in chat, I think.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, earlier.
I'm gonna try to conjure up some positivity as well. Like I'm on Team Calm here. I think that the thousands and the 1100s. I'm conjuring it up. Both of y'all, all y'all.
Well, it's 1200s too. Don't leave me out. What?
Oh, sorry. Thousands and 1200s.
It's not happening.
First server. That's the first merge. Is the thousands through 1200s. Then 1300s and 1400s will be at the end of the month. That's the positive vibes that are being conjured. Now.
I'm trying to get my hopes as high as I can, so when we don't get the merge, I just crash and burn.
That's why I'm doing the exact opposite, where it's like it's not going to happen. So when it does happen, you go, woohoo!
Yeah. You gotta live life in disappointment to appreciate the good times.
Valsyrian's in chat. Val, I was talking about you earlier. I'm pretty sure you edited Malgrith's profit guide that I like. Almond 1 through 200-ish need their third merge. Yes, they do, Val. Absolutely. Jeez. So that'll happen Friday. You guys will get the list. All of you. Thousands through 1200s, and then just a few more weeks, and then the 300s and 400s can see their list, and then everyone will be really happy.
But my question is, what are they going to do by that point? Because you don't have anybody to merge with, right? Aren't you in a solo bracket, Nylock?
Yes. Oh, well, technically, no. So the 440s.
Oh, that's right. You're in the weird spot where everybody around you is in a solo bracket, but you have two servers?
Yep. So the 440s are all one server. 450s, one server. 460s, one server. 470s, one server. 490s, one server. 1500s, one server. But the 480s are 483 and 488. So at the very least, we have to have the dead server join our pretty much dead server. At the very least.
This is going to be the make it or break it rotation of certain merges, I feel, because there's too many brackets that are down to one. That what are they going to do? They got to give up on this whole same rush schedule, same brawl bracket crap.
Yes,
or they have to blow all of our mind holes.
Well, they have say global servers, but those are even asking for merges now. Like Mush is the new global, and they're at 320 something, and they were asking in Discord yesterday or the other day for merges already, and they're a global server.
I think they need to take one from every tier. Someone from the thousands, someone from the 1100, 12, 13, 14, so that you have some old. You have the powerful players with some of the new players. The powerful players help the newer players, and do some sort of catch-up event for the higher servers or something. I don't know.
And then eventually, absolutely, this is exactly what they should do. And then the servers that aren't part of that will eventually merge together and then get funneled in the same way. That is exactly what they should do. My hopes of them doing it are zero, but
I can't see them putting the 1,000 servers all together. Then you'll have Woo, Concrete, 8 Wide, Code, versus me and Meow, and then that would just be completely not fun.
that came up though, and Calm was saying, if we had, I think it was on the Maharaga Spotlight. Where it was if you put all the thousands together and you put all the 1100s together, you have all the 1200s together. Sure, thousands have like the top end power, but the 1200s have a long list of beast names, like a long list. Not that the 1100s don't, obviously, but like, you know, that it would be interesting. I don't think it's what they're gonna do, obviously, but
Yeah.
because then it kneecaps any future merge that they do. Like they can't do anything after that, really, other than like the same kind of filtering. If they have to keep their beloved rush schedule, then okay, like Far was saying, jam 488 with 1024 and 1180 and 12. I always forget comms. 1226.
Yep.
Yeah, we're all in the same rush schedule, which we're not. Say we are. Just put us all together then. Keep your beloved rush schedules all the same. That's fine. I don't know.
Delay it for a week in one server so that way some other server can match up. It's really that hard. Like you just no rush this week. Like
I'll
No
take
rush.
a week off from a rush. Who cares?
I mean, they could still do it like Nylock said, because you got like there's only so many servers that can be on like, you know, a rush cycle, and it rotates. So, you know, an early server, their rush schedule may line up with a 1200 server. So then those two have a chance to merge, and you know, they might line up with a 1600, 1500 server, something like that. Like there's options, very easily viable options to keep their precious rush schedule, but will they do it? I don't know.
See,
Yeah.
QT in chat saying kill prayer rush, and considering we're talking about these rush schedules, I'm completely against rushes. I don't know. I'll go on the record there to say that. You know, get rid of them. Get a different way for rush tokens. I think that's what kills merges after, you know, not kills merges, kills a lot of activity after a merge when there's, you know, tons of people trying to get rush tokens. And the people who feel like they can't compete, you know, just end up leaving.
New whales come in and it just makes it harder for the free-to-play to keep up. Because the free-to-play already tried to keep up as it is. So like, I'm going to hoard for 6 weeks or 7 weeks or 8 weeks. And now here comes Billy Bob that just joined the server and they've been saving for fucking 3 months.
5 months. Yeah, we have, you know, there's people who save for 3, 4, 5 months at a time. So that a free-to-player, you know, FTP players, you know, doing saving for 2 months, 3 months, and this person's just been saving for 4 or 5. Well, now the first guy doesn't get 10; they're going to get 6 or maybe 5 because someone else has jumped in and has been saving for longer. And the whole saving thing to me is like, just I'd rather get the daily stuff, spend it daily, and have a different means to get, you know, rush tokens and.
I would be all about that. I'm agreeing with Far again. This is multiple times in a row now. They have found some ways to get us more rush tokens, you know, with the theater and with Pantheon trials, which I'm digging. They can come up with more ways to do that and not make everyone feel like they have to hoard, essentially. Like just hoard as long as you can, and then maybe you'll get this many tokens. It's not worth it to save 2 months or 3 months to hold yourself back that much for almost anything, whether it's pals or skills or tech or souls or whatever the fuck it is, prayer stuff. I agree. Like there can definitely be other ways to do it. I do think that it's helpful at the beginning of the game, like the first couple cycles.
I was going to say the first 2-3 months maybe fine. After that, it's detrimental.
The second you get your first merge,
yeah, exactly. That's what I was about to say.
You get your first
Something
merge,
like that.
get your rushes, and then get rid of them forever. And then what they could do, just off the top of my head, and I'm sure there's a billion other ways, but what they could do is split like theater and Pantheon by like level ranges. So like, okay, the top 20 in Pantheon for levels 80 through 100 or 100 through 120, 120 to 140, whatever the hell they want to do. There can be some trial and error there, but there's a lot of ways they could improve that and take the rush, you know.
Yeah, I was thinking something similar to like the Soul Trial, the Soul Tower, you know, whereas like you have tiers you can work up to. Something that resets, you know, weekly, and you know how with the rushes you'll get, gems. You'll get speed tickets. Like, floor 1 speed ticket, floor 2 gets gems, whatever. 5 you'll get like, what's some other stuff? You get hammers. They're like, you get to 50, you get like a rush token. Get to 100, you get a rush token. So like, some free-to-play players will get to 100, maybe 150. They'll get, 4 rush tokens. The whales will still get their, 8 or 10 or whatever, but it won't hurt. Them getting 10 won't hurt any free-to-play players. That's kind of like my thing.
It.
Like, I don't like taking away rush tokens from anyone else, but at the same time, I still want my rush tokens. I have, from your thing last week, I have a 5-star Cloud. I just got my 5-star Hot Wheels. I'm like, I use Hot Wheels now. I want to get that to 10. It's really helpful for a tamer.
I mean, we still all have to, catch up to Woo and his 10-star Cloud, so.
Exactly.
God damn it. It made me so sad to hear
that was on the list.
Yeah, it's on the list. It'll take me a year or 2 years, but I see Pokey in chat. What up, Pokey? Pokey, he's always in Legends. He's from 493. We got him in parking this week. It's never fun facing them. But
we got him in our tournament bracket as well.
Oh, Pokey and Jelly, I believe. Yeah.
They're in our bracket as well.
They came out of Group 15. The 1 seed in Group 15 were 2 players from my server, 488. Choppa and his name's currently Plank, but it's one of our mods, Keller, Crayola. I don't know. He's always changing his name. But they were the 1 seed in that group, and I think they finished 4th. I could be wrong about that.
Wait, maybe.
But they had Mythic and Hollow were first. They won that group, and then Pokey. Or wait, no, it was Big Papa C. Sorry, Big Papa C's with Lord Jelly that came out of Group 15. My bad. What group did Pokey come out of? Pokey and Ghost and Papa C and Jelly. My bad. I see it in chat. See, they have too many monsters. They have 4 people in the top 32 right now. 2 teams from 493. Freaking monsters. But yeah.
Wow.
That's pretty nuts. But okay, that's interesting. So what do we get with all of these rush tokens and stuff? Back pieces, mounts, and artifacts. You mentioned earlier, Fara, you don't have many artifacts. Which artifacts do you have that you like? What are some of your favorite mounts and back pieces that you like for different classes?
I did homework for this, yeah. Usually ask about usually you ask about looks, aesthetics.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure.
So yeah, I wrote I think the Scorpio mount is pretty cool. I'm riding that currently, but I think it makes sense with the fact that I'm a beast tamer. There, with the Scorpion. I don't know. Artifact, always like the Eye of the Raven. The back, I'm digging the fallen angel. I think it goes with the beast tamer vibe, but I think I've gotten 11 artifacts here.
Only 11, everyone.
Exactly. Only 11.
Dang it, now I gotta count how many I have. I don't know how many I have.
But, one of them's the free chaotic Warhammer. So, but the first time...
It could have been 12 artifacts if we all would have gotten a free artifact for the anniversary event. Just saying.
I shouldn't have said that. Do you have Sickle?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Sickle I have, yes.
Oh, so still it would have been 11.
Yeah, it still would have been 11.
Exactly, yeah, I would have just
like
two started.
Changed either, so.
I was really hoping I would have 11 artifacts. I have 12 exactly. Yeah. Damn it.
Actually, I'm sorry. I have 13.
Sweet. See,
lies and deceit.
It skipped when I was. It went to my equipped and not the 2 before or something. So yeah,
all right.
13.
All right, going from left to right. Do you have Trident? Siren's Whisper?
No. No.
Do you have Sovereign Dragon? You have to have that one. Yeah.
Which one is that? Yeah. The damage res. Got it.
Yep. Okay, and then Eye of Raven.
Yep.
Okay. Well, yeah. Duh. You just said that was one of your favorites for aesthetics.
First time I spent. I didn't spend until that event. Okay. By the way. Yeah.
Eternal Flame or Torch? Eternal
yes, of course. That's still the GOAT for Mage.
You damn straight it is. Panda Bow?
Bow, yeah.
Under the Dome. Yeah. That's what I meant. Sorry.
Under the Dome. What is that?
Under the Dome, it's the big ass alien gun summon. It's the summon that summons a
Summons
copy
the
of your
clone.
opponent.
No.
It came with a spaceship.
Yeah. it
No,
was
I don't think
part
I
of
have that. Under
spaceship
the Dome?
thing.
No, I don't have that. Nope. I'm looking
Then
it
you
straight
have
up.
the least artifacts here at 11.
You?
Yeah.
That surprises me.
What do you
That
mean?
surprises me. I thought you were like much whalier, if that's a term.
I think Meow has the most artifacts.
No, Skip Khan would have more than me. I missed
I don't
heaps because I didn't start.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Calvin's more free to play than I am. I don't know.
How many total artifacts are there? And then we'll know how many Com has.
There's 24 artifacts.
Oh, there's 24. Wait, so
Oh,
do you
yeah,
have
he's
all?
just
Do you have
24. He knows it off the top of his head.
Oh, I just counted when y'all were looking at
Oh.
them.
He doesn't
I don't
he
have,
doesn't have Pepe
I don't-
launcher.
I don't have Sanguine Love.
Okay.
That was when I was.
So he has 23.
Yeah, that was when I was
the
out. So
The one time he takes a break, the worst already comes out. Of course.
Is that the worst one?
I could be
What
wrong.
about Spring Cord?
Okay, I'm probably wrong. Yeah. Spring Cord is actually the one I have pulled up because I was going to ask if he has it. You have the
bubble
harp.
Yeah.
one isn't really the
That was-
either though.
the harp was my first event coming into the game, and I didn't spend on that one. So when I started spending on Eye of Raven, so when it came back, I got it.
That's how you know you started as a mage. I saw the Eye of Raven. I was like, ooh, another skill? Hell yeah. All right, I got to put some money in the
Yep. That's 100% what happened.
I got
I forgot.
Eye Raven as a secondary grand prize. I've done it twice. Where I went
Yeah,
for
same.
oh no, yeah, twice.
Oh,
Where I went for secondary grand prize just to get Eye of Raven, and I used it for a solid month, and now it's in like one build. I think that
I had to do the same myself because I was like, oh yeah, I wasn't spending at the time, and then all of a sudden it came back around, and I was like, well, there goes like $1,800.
I think I got,
yeah.
I think I got lucky and got mine at like 1.2 or something like that. But anyway, all right, sorry. Okay. So aesthetically, all right. The Fallen Angel and Eye of Raven look I've seen quite a bit, and I never thought about how riding the Scorpion makes sense for a tamer, but that totally tracks. That makes sense.
I kind of, that's how I do my like my costumes. I have everything together. Like for when I was Sage, I had the shield, Frost shield, because I'm a tank, right? Then I just had the Frostland Spectre. I was riding a Croc tank. Haha,
Tank.
Yeah.
Tank. Now I get it.
Play on words, Mage, I would now be rocking the new staff, like that purple costume, maybe the stage, just to kind of go with like what the class is. That's kind of how I do it.
What
And
mount
then-
for mage?
I don't know, maybe the stage.
Okay. Like
Either
the purple,
stage or like the countdown one, the clock one, something like that's purplish to me. That's kind of like a, magician-y.
You should be rocking magic carpet when you're a mage.
Oh, that, yeah, well, that's purple too. See, it was,
and it's literally for mage. Yeah.
yeah, no,
I mean,
exactly. That's a good one.
Did give skill crit damage like as a global, so I mean I could see that being the mage mount.
That makes sense. Yeah. No. Yeah. I had to think a little bit because I was like, which one is that? And then I remembered because I've only ever used it for the passive, so I don't really.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't even know what it does, honestly.
So you didn't use it to get yourself closer to the opponent to help with pre-blitz? You didn't know about that strat?
No.
The
What?
closer your character was to your opponent, and stage pushed you in front, pushed you a little ahead, helped with your pre-blitz.
Yep.
That's from Dr. Shroom's guide.
Just a little bit of attack speed there. That plus your attack speed gives you that little push.
Every second for the first 20 seconds.
Just like the artifact that you're using makes a difference
Oh,
the attack speed like animation.
There were some
Yeah,
skins I remember, like the
skins is what I'm talking about. The stage,
Yeah.
and like Loki just said, the artifact, something that'll help you like move a little bit closer, helps you attack quicker so you can pre-blitz. Fun.
We're a few of us are currently theorizing that cards and backs may also play into that. We're testing stuff, trying to figure
Okay.
that out. Just a little heads up.
We should
Cards.
ask.
I never
we should
thought
ask
about
more
that.
questions about cards. We got to add that to our list of questions because I assume most people run like one of a handful of what are they called? Star arrays, card star arrays. I don't know. What
Yeah,
Yeah.
Star Race.
Star
Yeah, you know, there's a couple except like not acceptable. That's the wrong word. There's a couple like known like combinations for each class, but like, who was it? I think it was. Oh, I can see. I think it was Trippy. That was telling me to try. So for mage, you still use Zeus, the Lord of Champions, but you use Divine Warbringer both as support skills. But you use the Sprite of Knowledge as your main skill. So like, I've been playing with it. I don't think it's as I'm not liking it as much, but like, there's lots of weird combos that I hadn't really thought of. Because I've always just jammed an SSR in the first slot and then found ones that go with it. But there's some more fun things to do with that. I don't know.
Yeah,
Card,
the order matters, like what you put in stuff, like the skills.
of
you
course.
get.
Oh, absolutely. I just had never really thought outside the box at all, and always just jammed like, whatever SSR, whether it was Lamp or whether Lamp Thief or the little mage guy or whatever the hell it was for each group.
Yeah, I
I
just
don't
looked. My mage setup has Sprite as the main.
It does?
And then
Oh,
two
nice.
SSRs as the
As the
whatever support. Yeah. I think
Okay.
last time I played mage was in the 2v2 and I played straight up support, so
I actually don't remember what's on my mage.
yeah, I had to go look. I don't even know how to
I'm-
tell unless I switch the whole layout, the whole battle plan to that
I'm running some
setup.
shield sets for mage.
Yeah, that's what I run on a lot of my sets is the shield one, but it's not the same one that I run for stall. It's like where is it? Mage shield. So it's it's like I run two purples. Two of the SRs. Where is it?
I run 2 purple as well. I mean, as a tamer, have you ever really looked at what helps a tamer?
No.
There's 1 active, and then there's 1 passive that help a tamer. The rest of
Okay.
it is just kind of, I use damage res reduction. And then the third one, releasing the main active skill reduces target's base energy regen by
Good for longer
9.8%. Like,
Okay.
I don't, it's either that or I put a shield, but I'm glass cannon, so the shield, I don't have a lot of HP, you know what I mean, to make use of that. So it's like, the third one is just kind of in there until we get something better. Yeah. The tamer options are very limited.
In everything, to be honest, too. That's the sad part.
Yeah, I mean,
And they got lots of PAL options to run, okay?
Yeah, well,
too many. That's the problem. I spent 50,000 on my rush here, and I got 5 levels on my orange pals. 5 levels.
Yeah.
It's never gonna get. They're never gonna get to 200. Let alone you need 120. Level 120 orange pal will get you to the power equivalent on the 200 yellow pals. So
You said did you say 120? Sorry.
yeah, 120.
120
So level
orange,
120 orange equals
max
level
yellow.
200 yellow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we run all yellow pals. As soon as those oranges start, outperforming the yellows, we get, instead of slime, you'll get the orange slime, higher energy regen, higher deer for, damage res. So it's like, as soon as you can start using those higher tiered pals, it's going to help a lot more. But every event, there's a new pal. So it really hurts.
Cool.
It really hurts. Yeah, there's like 20 orange pals.
Why? I'm looking at my pals right now. We have Pal Rush.
Mhm.
Why are all my yellow pals in the 180s except for this
Bird.
Azure Bird? Yeah, why is
And your
that?
highest orange is Mecha Dragon.
They
Check.
gave Mecha for some event.
It was an
didn't they?
event, I think.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Some
level
night
75.
event or whatever.
I don't know why
Yeah.
bird is so low.
All my oranges are 40 to 50, except for event ones. So like, okay. I have like Fortune Dragons at 1, Abaddon and Davy, Frej, and all them are 15. But yeah, and then all my yellows are So why is Azure Bird so much lower?
Maybe
Everyone, it's just like that on
Everyone's going
everyone.
to be lower because they're not part of rewards unless it's just gotcha.
Gotcha.
So for whatever reason, birds aren't a thing for like your family tower thing, the lava behemoth. They aren't rewards there. They aren't rewards in another thing that you get pals rewards for.
Probably
Your
like
idol.
AFK or something.
Yeah, your idol. You
Oh,
don't
I
get
didn't-
birds from that either.
Someone
way
just
you get
was talking
birds
about
are-
this the other day, and I
Yeah.
didn't know that was a reason. That's pretty okay.
Yeah. The only way
Ravs
you can
asked-
get birds is due to gotcha, which is why
Oh, I
everybody's
see.
birds sucks.
Ravs asked what level your oranges are at, Fara?
Yes. So my non-event ones, slime, panda, and stuff, are between 98 and 105.
Dang. So
But
you're
my event ones are 58, 60. It's because the yellow is synthesized into the event ones as well.
yeah.
So then it doesn't go into the slime and the ones that we actually use.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Every event with a new pal, great, we get a new pal, but there's only a handful that are useful. And now it's
you
not
gotta work
synthesizing into
together that
those.
one to 120 so you can synthesize the next color.
Exactly, yeah. Zico's, I think, pissed from what I hear. I haven't talked to him directly, but every time they had a pal, he's trying to get his reds to 120. I'm trying to get my oranges to 120. He's trying to get reds to 120 so he can use those over the oranges. And it's like every event, new pal, now everything's going to synth into that new orange rather than any of the reds. So yeah, it's frustrating from a tamer perspective.
I'd like to pretend that I feel bad for Zico, but I don't. His 1.1 trillion attack that just completely blasted me and my Shroomie tournament partner. What up, Draffic? I just can't feel bad for him. Like I don't know. I totally get like if I was a tamer in those shoes, why it would be annoying as hell. But I can't feel bad. I just can't. It's too powerful. Too powerful. Do you think? It's chess, by the way. Anyone that's
Oh, good call.
anyone that has the game open, if you want to grab your chests, my bad.
Um,
So we all agree because it's just a fact that Tamer class gets less support than any other class. How do you all feel as people that switch to the class more often or are just on it right now? Do you think that they're doing an okay job, like adding more stuff? Like the last update was solid for Tamer. There's new options here and there for stuff. I'm not talking about PALs specifically, just overall support. It feels like it's getting better from the outside looking in. Is that wrong?
Obviously, since the patch, everything it did get a lot better. The rune blocks, a huge roadblock here for tamers is the runes. At least before recently, that was the only way you're getting pal crit. I'm still struggling to get a decent, some decent runes. So the rune block, the rune restore really helped in that regards.
And for everyone, sorry to interrupt. For all of our watchers, he's referring to the red and green Gatorades because that's what we call them here.
Oh yeah, okay, sorry. Yeah. I feel like we need more rune restores, the green ones, because I think the most useful item added recently.
Red Gatorades taste better. That's why we get so many. But the greens are way more powerful, way better for performance. Yeah.
Yeah, more electrolytes. Keeps you hydrated. But yeah, just like I just said with the star array cards, we really don't have any options. There's no any good options. You have the owl for gets you some pal crit and base damage, and then there's one that's active, and then your other passive one for pal attack speed is passive. So you have to pick either between damage or speed, and then two support cards that really don't bode well for the class. They're just kind of general there, and then candle. If you don't have candle, that's almost you need that to be a tamer pretty much.
What's the
so-
back piece of choice then? Do you run Tiger back with that or something else?
Yeah. So I was running. What is it called? The Alien back. So I was running that. Yeah. So I was running that. But with the Warbringers just doing so much upfront damage and them using Tiger, I switched to Tiger. I think there's trade-offs. You're doing more damage with one, you're taking less damage with the other, while still have having your attack speed. Yeah, but then the fact that it's reduced 1/3 every 12 seconds. So for Sage battles, after 36 seconds, you're not doing anything. Whereas Tiger.
So I was having this debate with someone the other day. So on Alien Back it says like, okay, plus 30% or block 30% final damage and then like 36% this, and it cuts down by 1/3 every 12 seconds. So the way that I've read it is, so 30%, yeah, on the first drop it'll drop to 20, but then if you take 1/3 of that at the 24-second mark, that's not 10% anymore, right? That's like,
Yeah. I would think.
I don't know. I could be dead ass wrong. I
think you could be a translation error. Of how it's calculated, because
Hey, Dad. Sorry.
No, that's fine.
I think personally, another reason the Tamer doesn't have as much going for it right now is because that class is going to be real strong, like in game.
It could be OP,
and it like giving it too much may throw it out of balance of everything else.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I agree. Right now, we're in a good place. I mean, like I said last stream in chat, I mean, we're in a good place, I think, in the game in terms of balance. There's classes, I can't beat as a tamer. I could destroy a plume, but without changing setups, I can't hurt a Sage. Mages, it's iffy. If I drop the skill res rune for crit to attack a Warbringer, then mages get me. If I do the opposite, the Warbringers get me. And I think it's the same thing for every class. Plumes don't want to attack tamers, but they can still heavily damage a Sage. Mages, other plumes. Just whoever has more damage. I think balance-wise, yeah, we're all in a good spot right now, and yeah, if they give Tamer too much, we're gonna be. I say we, even though I'm only like Tamer the last 2 months. But
You've been wanting to Tamer for like 5 months, okay? We've had many conversations over the last months of like you getting ready to be a Tamer full time.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Me getting ready to be a Tamer, but I haven't really played Tamer other than 2 weeks back with Ubel. Until the patch. And I wasn't really ready when the patch hit, but I was just like, I'm going to make the switch now. It's now or never. And, glad I did.
So you've all been playing this game longer than I have. I want to say 48 started in August or maybe late July, but I think it was August. I could be wrong about that. I don't know. Someone tell me if they know. But so you've all been playing longer, but this is the healthiest meta I've ever seen PvP. It was the last stream before Moldy Hobo destroyed my dreams with the idea of LOM 2, which is not real, okay? LOM 2 is not happening. I saw it in the chat. It's not happening. It can't hurt me. It's not real. But I was so happy, and I was trying to like figure out why, and I think it was you, Fara, that said like, well, yeah, you get to use your brains again. The meta's changing. Everything's balanced, like, and that's the truth. Everything's viable. If built correctly, there's new ideas I'm seeing, not just for profit, but for like multiple classes almost every single day. Like people are having fun putting their theory crafting hats back on. Where it kind of felt like the analogy was, okay, and this is probably not correct, but it felt like most people during the Martial Sage regen meta just took off their theory crafting hats and threw them into the trash, basically. That's not necessarily true, but now everyone's got them back on and everyone's going, oh.
I mean, we were theory crafting how to beat other sages. Does that count?
The only way to do that is like you add more HP, so you have more ending HP when you're tied at the end of 2 minutes. I mean, it was You know?
No, I mean attacking. You got to kill them. You got to find a way to kill them.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you're right. I'm thinking brawl and 2v2. It's the
Yeah.
based on ending HP, but no, that's why it was so boring. I was like attacking 1215 server with stage versus stage meta. It was I died, quote unquote, but really none of us took any damage for 2 minutes, and now I can't attack for an hour.
Okay. Oh, and thank you in chat. Pokey saying 1500 started late July, and my original server was 1490. So yeah, I don't know what the time differential is between 490 and 500. I know the time differential between 490 and the original 493 was 1 day. So let's say less than a week, around a week maybe. Okay, so July. All right, but I've never seen it. I've never seen it this healthy. At least from my perspective, it was like, oh, Prophet can one-shot people. That's really cool. And then, oh, nope, archers have cheetah and all this other shit. Fuck you. Archer. Martial Sage regen. And then now.
Pretty much.
And then now.
Pretty much.
And now it's fun. Now it's fun.
Before that, you just missed that plumes. The game was 98% plume before mages were one-shotting people. That's all you missed.
Fuck you, archers. And then it was mage one shot, and then it was nope, fuck you, archers. Okay, so I missed one.
Yeah, that's why when mages were, the thing, then they put the bow out, and we're like, oh, we're back to plumes again, because that. Yeah.
Okay.
At least that's how I saw it. My server has always been, 95% plume, me as a mage, and then a handful of, at the time, Warbringers.
Ravs, you're cool. Ravs is a good question. Back to the Shroomie tournament. Any dark horses in the top 32? And you can't say yourself. What are
you can say yourself.
All right, you can't say yourself.
Listen, your bracket is really hard, so if you say yourself, you could win with that one. Okay, you have a really tough bracket.
But I don't even think I haven't put any guesses in yet. Like on the I don't think I have. Here, let me double check.
I mean,
I'm gonna wait till tomorrow and just see what the 5 times or 4 times or 3 times looks like.
Pretty much the 1.5s right now are gonna be the 1.5s tomorrow. So Woo, the Asians, Bird, Math.
Math, as if you're not in that team that I've.
Math.
It's just some math guy. Yeah,
That math
I'm getting that nice carry.
They're all right. Yeah, math's with some.
Your hard carry or something. I don't know.
I'm getting that nice carry. All right, y'all leave me be.
That Math's group got what is that? Cash Grab West.
Yeah, I don't know about that team.
What group?
Group 3.
Group 3.
Some of the teams in there, they're kind of questionable. I wouldn't.
That is, God, it's such that's just a nasty ass. Okay, well, it's okay.
It's 98%.
Yeah. 2v2, I think we have, at least a clear top winner in each. And it's a shame second place doesn't. I think that would make betting more fun if you got something for second place.
I agree.
Even if it's half the payout or something, I don't know.
Payout, or just do the 1.5 payout, something like that, at least.
The first, I don't know how many seasons I was betting. I was like, aha, 5 times for these guys, they're definitely making it through. Yeah. They're not going to make it first, but they're going to make it through. And I was wondering why I never had coins at the end of the season.
Oh, Rage Quitter. RQ's really happy that they triggered Matt's Cheetah in Cross Arena. Nice.
Stay away from Maths, okay?
I also triggered someone's Cheetah for the first time last night. Maharaga. He always wrecks me every day, but I got him to his Cheetah finally, defending.
Nice.
Yeah. It's a good feeling. It is a good feeling. You're still losing, but you're seeing progress. You're seeing some progress. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this is a non-sarcastic golf clap for you, RQ. All right. But yeah, Okay. Oh, wait.
So
I don't have to ask that completely insane thing. I can ask like a real question. Do you do you have any what keeps you in the game? Like earlier you're saying you talk with Meow almost every day. Um Lots of people we ask the same question to, what are your goals or why do you stick with the game? And the community is almost always a reason that some people talk about, but I don't really hear many personal goals, and that always kind of blows my mind because I just have like a long metric fuck ton list of like goals I want to achieve. Um, so yeah,
Yeah.
sorry.
So
It's like a 4-part question. My bad.
sure, no problem. I mean, just because. So getting top 10 in peak would be amazing. I can get up to the end of the night. End of night for me. I'm usually sleeping in like the next 2 hours, so that leaves 3 hours until reset.
Yeah.
So I do all my battles. I'm like, oh, I'm two at the end of the night, and then I just get hit by everyone. Woo, Concrete, Zico, people that I'm never gonna be able to beat. But yeah, I just get hit by like 12 people and lose every single match as a tamer, at least. I tried to Bird is one of them, so I tried to do something the other day. I went into like my Sage stall build as a tamer, though I didn't change classes. I won 2 defenses because of that.
Ooh, getting
So
tricky stuff.
yeah, I still ended the day with like rank 29, but it was higher than 40. That's like the differential here. It's like just getting hit by like 12 people. So top 10's on that list, and then yeah, I don't know. Just the rest of it is I play because I like to see like the daily progress. Hitting 140. Looks like I'm 142.5 right now. So it's like hit 143, 144. Just slow progress. I like. And then I don't know, just hitting like the 5-star Hot Wheels and stuff like that. And then the main reason though is to keep playing is again the community. I mean, I'd love to see the next merge and where we're at and just meet the new people and all like that. Hopefully some people I already know and continue a relationship and get a good family merge and stuff like that. But I think that's 3 of the 4 questions. I don't know if I answered them all.
You answered all of them
rapid fire
in a perfect fashion. You dropped the 5-star mention again. It's beautiful. Top 10 in peak. I love it. That's a fantastic goal. I think that's great. Talking about merges and the community. What are you, like some type of professional? What is this? Like a professional player we have here? Maybe we should start some kind of esports company and get Fara on board and Meow, and we already got Calm and Loki. See, we'd be doing okay. We'd only have one team. If we started an esports.
That means we win all the time, right?
True.
Yeah.
Always chance, right? We'll get Woo and Concrete. Eventually we'll trick Bird on here and Zico, but all the other ones I'm not mentioning. But it'd be a formidable team, unbeatable. Some might say, and then we'll go beat Europe's ass. I like saying.
I was about to ask.
I was about to. I like how I'm saying we, like I'm anything to do with it. I'm not, but they take the esports team, go fuck up EU, and then just retire undefeated because we don't need to mess with other.
Yeah, if we try to touch SEA, we're done.
No.
We're done.
They don't need
to do that.
Just EU. We'll go take EU down, claim it as the world championship, and then retire.
Yeah, just not invite Korea, Japan, or the SEA servers. No.
Not necessary. That's it. The world championship. Hello, Hidden Power. Let's see. RQ says blank is my reason to keep playing. Everybody loves blank. Oh, there's Maharaga. What up, buddy?
Where's Maharaga?
Emre in chat.
Oh, okay.
He says, Fara, stay away from me. Stop our good friend Maharaga.
Yeah, you're one of the tougher plumes that I hit right now. You mentioned the name before. Morgie. Yeah.
Just don't hit me.
I don't know what it is.
We already know the ending of that is you're gonna absolutely wreck me. I'd appreciate it if you don't hit me.
Live battle? Is that what I'm hearing? Live battle?
I've used all my things already.
Do it, live battle.
I'm safe.
Can't unless it's what? Who?
Sorry,
Live battle. Who?
I'm laughing at Chris's comment. Woo solos EU. It's just funny to me. Doesn't Rudy have 10-star cheetah? like I don't know. Anyway, sorry. I don't disagree with it necessarily. I just hadn't thought about it. That's pretty funny. Ray Ben, hello. No, I haven't seen your name before. Where is Boring Woo? Boring Woo's where he always is. At the top of peak. Up.
Oh shoot, Loki.
Nice.
You were
Loki
Cheetah? You were
won.
Cheetah though. No, he didn't.
No, Loki won. Look at it. It said victory. Didn't everybody see it say victory?
Yeah, it was
Loki.
It was victory.
Victory right
He
there.
played a different game. He just played a different game.
Wait, what am I?
Loki, switch it out. Fight somebody else and then hold up the victory.
You just put your finger over the PFP when you hold it up. Just no, wait, don't do that because you'll probably don't beat me. No, don't do that.
It's like, hold on, let me find dialogue real quick. Wait,
No,
what?
no. No, I had like a good run last night. Leave me alone. I'm just hiding. I'm trying to hide in the middle.
Oh, that was a practice.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't mind points.
Wait, Fara, did you say one of your goals is to be top 10 or you've already been top 10?
Finish.
No, I'd like to finish top 10. Yeah. I'm sitting at 4.
Are you saving tickets and gonna rush 1 week? Just drop like 50 tickets?
Every time I've tried to save tickets, I still end up with 5 the next day. I don't know how to save tickets. It doesn't.
You just don't want to use your attacks. Just do enough to keep in above 80 so you don't demote. And then just hold on to all the excess over and over again.
So if you have
wow. I know who I'm betting on. Oh, you didn't make it to the top 32, damn it.
So if you have 5 or less, like let's say you have 4 tickets left, it's just going to give you back to 5. But if you have 7, it'll keep you at 7 and you can buy 5 more. So then you'd be at 12 for that day. And then if you go, so that's the thing is like.
So that's what I have to do. If I have 6 tickets, tomorrow I'll have 11. No, I buy and I get 11.
You buy 5
16.
for 11.
All right, cool.
I'm
cool.
stocking up. I think I'm up to 80. I think if I have like 200, I may be able to get first one rotation.
Nice. Are you back in?
I'm back.
Are you back in peak? Where are you?
Who, me?
I don't know, like 80.
Okay, because you just said you said around 80. Yeah, you're 81. Oh, you get demoted.
Comes in demotion.
Yeah, I got a day or 2 days. I got 2 days.
Yeah, I know. Tomorrow. I just honestly I do the battles for the tokens so I can get scrolls and lamps.
Scrolls every day. Oh, you do scrolls and lamps? Okay.
Yeah, scrolls and lamps.
I do the 3 scrolls every day, and then I switch it up and sometimes pick up scrolls or souls if I have like a leftover amount, and then I always have to remember like to leave an extra 300 for Thursday or Wednesday reset because But yeah, okay, yeah, I go The scrolls seem like the no-brainer thing.
Yeah, scrolls. Lamps are cheap. It's 25 for 500. I think.
Yeah.
I'm a huge component of lamps. I'm I think 184 right now. The base stats for the gear is nuts. But yeah, once it adds up, I'll get an awakening crystal. I'm trying to save because anywhere I can suggest anything, I'm like, add rune restore potions. Please add them. I want to be able to buy more. Like, put one in this shop. Put one in this shop. Put one in this shop. Every shop. The fan brawl shop sucks. Once you've got everything you want on your souls, the secondary affix, there's nothing else to spend those on. right? I mean, that whole shop has nothing really good in it.
Yeah, you just mentioned, you brought that up, and I was trying to think, like, where do I spend my stuff on? So now I'm going to look. Oh, I just keep, because I'm mage, I just keep getting more, I'm, like, powering up Dragonic
Star Ray.
Resonance, and I use it in, like,
Hey,
No, you're a mage,
No.
Star Ray.
don't power up Draconic, okay? I got yelled at by somebody in this call earlier today about powering up skills.
Yeah. Yep. That's me. Because
you got to.
they're gonna synthesize. Instead of spending
Oh,
2,400
eventually.
on Star Array, you spend 24 on skill tickets, because once your reds are 200, they're gonna synthesize into Star Arrays and all the other ones. Just like the pals yellow pals are synthesizing into event pals, orange pals. Once your reds are 200, they're going to synthesize into these event. They have to.
That's one. That's one of my goals eventually, but it does currently literally say like that you can't synthesize pals or skills into the highest level. So we have to assume for that theory to be correct, which does make sense eventually, we have to assume that we're getting supreme skills and supreme pals at some point.
No, the highest quality skills cannot be synthesized. So I'm taking that as the purple skills can't be synthesized, which makes sense because there's nowhere for them to go.
The
Yeah,
purple?
the tip note number 5.
He's talking about the immortal tier.
Huh?
The final tier.
Oh, the pinks?
The purple, immortal, yeah.
Sorry. Okay, immortals, yeah.
Pink, I don't know, purple, pink, whatever they are. The reds, once they're 200, what is that, legendary tier?
Sorry, you're right. No,
they
you're
can
right.
turn into immortal.
I'm dead ass wrong. Sorry. I just had in my mind, I'm dead ass wrong. Because that's one of the many things on my list is to get the, disarm at level 200 is 15,000 damage. So when that happens in like 2027, late 2027 for me, because LOM2 is not happening, it doesn't exist. You are right at that point. You are right. Okay. So
Yeah.
I mean,
he literally told me today. I was like, "Oh,
it is
I've
correct."
been so
was that
wrong."
today or yesterday? I was like, no.
My bliss.
It was one of these days. It was either today or yesterday.
Those skills doesn't give you a high reward for that. Like, I think.
Yeah, like I stopped leveling Array at 9.
Yeah,
because I was like 15 times 2,400 is so much. But then I saw Dragonic and I was like, oh, that's level 1. I'll bump that up a few times.
So you said yours is at 9, sorry, Array, right?
Yeah, so it's 5,200 damage. So you're at level 10, right?
So level 10 is 5,309 damage. So it's really not that big of a fucking jump, and it's so expensive to get.
Yeah, so I'm going to stop at 9, which even though that bothers me because I want, like, my brain says, get it to 10, you idiot, because it's...
That's why I stopped at 5. It was either 5 or 10, and I didn't want to wait until 10. So, I'm one of those. So you have to get it to 10, but I would stop after that.
You have to. There's no going back now, Nylog.
Yeah, damn it. It'll save me at least a little bit later. I don't know. You're right though. It's insanely diminishing returns. That's a preposterously high. Because what is it? 11? I just looked. Oh, 15. I have to get 15 of those to get it to level 10. For like Loki just told.
And it's 15 again to get damage. Yeah, and it's 15 again to get to level 11, which would probably net another 100% damage.
100.
Is that really going to create a difference in your PvP matches?
No,
it could.
How many brawl points do we get a week? Like what, 6,000? How many brawl points do we get a week? Generally,
never
like 6,000, 8,000.
I can't remember the last time I actually looked at that battle screen, but I think that's about right because I want to say it's like, oh wait, no, 1,800 is how many lamps you get. Never mind.
Yeah, that's the lamps. That number right now, 1,000 or 1,800.
Yeah,
36,000 for one level up is that's like almost 2 months of at least a month and a half of brawls, for like 100% or 150% power up, which is why I stopped. That's the only shop where I'm hoarding, and I only have 26,000. I probably spent some on PAL tickets.
All right. Well, I'm glad this got brought up because now I'm not going to do that anymore. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello, hi Conan. Hi Conan. Another guy from 493. What up? And Snowy. Snowy's here. What's up?
Moldy. I'd probably say they're
that's
worth
what
it.
Moldy's asking. So if we don't go, with like star race shards or whatever shards you're looking at, what do we do? That's what he's asking. Skill and PAL tickets. Okay.
Well, my only caveat there is I first bought the red soul selectors until I had everything I wanted, at least at mythical. So I have combo res on the 3 or 4 that have it. I have 1 counter res, 1 skill res, 1 basic res. They're not all legendary, but some are mythical. 3% is fine. And then if I randomly get a selector, I'll use it. On one of those. But once I did that, I just started buying PAL tickets because at that point I was. But as a mage, I would definitely just go skill ticket on the Fan Brawl shop if you have all of your soul affixes where you want them.
Okay, that makes sense. I had one really bad soul affix, and I did fix it, so that makes me feel better. Pokey says he goes PAL tickets all the way. Okay, here's a question then. Because that's the thing about Tamer, at least from my perspective, which obviously doesn't make it true. I'm wrong all the time, but that's what kind of was holding Tamer back. Aside with along with other things, was your PAL levels, like the yellow PAL levels, had to be so high. So it's already knocking out X% of the player base, like for it to be successful. Is this just a completely wrong perception that you have to be at least close-ish to level, max yellow pals to be successful at Tamer? Am I just dead ass wrong?
Well, I think if you really want to be competitive, you need Candle. That's number 1, right? So no Candle, I really wouldn't try the class, right? Okay. You might be better, Supreme Spirit with the other benefits that they get. But yeah, I don't think I had high level yellow pals when I went with Ubel. I still did okay. I still was able to beat some in peak and win some defenses on peak with 170s or whatever I had at the time. But the biggest thing prior to the patch was just the fact that crit res affects PAL crit.
Yeah.
So and before the patch, you were only able to get like 3,000 or 4,000 or so. My runes aren't where I want them to be, and I have 8,000 on my pandas and 7,000 on the other ones. So that was a big holdback before the patch was just PAL crit. But getting your yellow pals high isn't a problem because there's no events. There's no event pals before that.
In the way.
It's trying to get the oranges high level, as I've said a few times this stream already. It's a pain because all the event ones.
Real quick, Snack's here. Hi, Snack. Snack rules. What's up? What are so the have tos? Let's go over that for a second then. So have to Candelabra. Would you consider the Avian with Divine Touch as a have to?
Yeah, this is where like me, Leroy, Jolts, Zico, we all I think have different preferences. And this is why I say the class could be kind of versatile. I love Divine Touch, and I love the puppy dog pal. Attack speed, Divine Touch, I think that goes well hand in hand because you're throwing more attacks. It's doing a percent base damage. Yeah, so I think that's the what a punch counter for Tamers, right? So I like Divine Touch a lot. I think Leroy Jolts don't.
Okay.
Yeah, some of the other whatever Tamers I talked to. At Zico at one point was running I think 3 of the purple PAL crit. So yeah, Ravs is saying yogurt with all purple. I think that's what I'm trying to work on now, just to see how it goes. The yogurt chant, because I didn't realize it was every PAL crit it added a tick. I thought it was every like 5 seconds, and because the Tamer fights last only a few seconds, I was like, this yogurt champ's gonna do me no good. Yeah, I think yogurt with all purple PAL crits I think is the way to go, either with Divine Touch or no speeding. However, enhanced go is pretty good too, just raw PAL damage. So yeah, puppy or yogurt, and then I love divine touch. I think no speeding really is a must as well, but I don't run it. I just haven't had the luck to get it on with other affixes that I like. Moldy Hobo, the purples, there's altruism, self-sacrifice, and same boat. They all add PAL crit damage. You stack 3 of those, that's a base, I think 600 or so at level 100 or level 90 or something. And each PAL crit's multiplied by like 2.5 or 3.
Okay, so have tos. If you're thinking about switching to Tamer, like if you want to start building it in the background, Candelabra. Start working on the Avian, which is yogurt or the puppy dog. Divine touch or not, you want some of those purple affixes as well. And then what about like skills, like the ancestral will, like are any of the skills necessary?
I think we all have them in our build, especially with the now that they have relics that affect them. So one of them has energy regen for one of them, the other one increases the damage it does or the effects of it or whatever. So you couple that with the potent, spore, and you're increasing the relics as well. Yeah, I mean, it's only going to be 2,500 in the one shop and 600 or 2,000 in the other shop, just to get level 1. I have mine at 2, just do a little bit more damage. But yeah, I think we all use them. I think that's necessary, and I think cheap enough to get. It's not like, if you have a candle but you don't have these 2 skills, I mean, you can get these 2 skills.
Yeah, getting the skills is
not a big deal. But the runes, I think, is the big thing. And that's, again, something I'm still working on, and something that stopped me from playing the class the first time.
The runes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was going to mention about the candle thing. I have an alt that I play as a tamer, just kind of throw them into like plundering and stuff like that whenever I'm going about it. I don't have candle on it, but it still works pretty well for its power, and its tamer is super nice to finish off cheetah proc people, because they like always hit before blitz goes off, like the pals, and then their cheetah timer just drops. All you gotta do is like 1 damage, just clear them out.
If you have cheetah as well, so you have cheetah as well. Yeah,
like I
that makes sense.
I think it's like an 86 power tamer ult, and like if somebody dies on like 120 mil player, but they leave him at like that 0.01%, I'll just be like, I'm gonna throw him in there real quick, and where you clear that lot.
Nice. Loki, did you see Blink's message?
Yeah, I did. It was just a little too late. Well, we have like a truce going on this week. We have Woo and Zico and another server as our parking wars. And I was hitting a lot, not paying attention, and
you broke the truce.
Mm-hmm.
Now the payback comes hard.
Oh my god!
Oh, Loki,
Ooh. Great deceiver.
Ooh, Loki the dev. See, it wasn't you. It was probably your dev bot commands that you put in that are always running. That's how you're playing 24/7 while you're asleep. See, guys, I got a laugh from Meow. It was totally worth it. All right, cool.
You're not wrong. That's why.
Oh gosh. How long do you think you'll stay like tamer? Like, you've been building for such a long time. Like, what would it take for you to go back to mage or first love? What would it take? Or are you just having that much fun with tamer you're not even thinking about it right now?
I mean, I was just looking at, mage stuff the other day. I mean, I still have like red and pink, skill crit damage on a lot of my runes. I could still go back to a stun build and have like 74% stun. I mean, the builds are there, I can go back and I think still perform very well, especially with now it's been months between Tamer for 2 months and Sage for 2 months. I think I can go back and still do pretty well. I just right now, kind of like it's not broke. Don't fix her or whatever. The Tamer's so fun for me right now, and it's performing well. I don't see a reason to switch back.
Have
but
you looked into the new artifact coming?
I was gonna say what might make me try it again is that book that's coming out. If that's gonna completely, I'm sorry.
Book or Magic Wand? Magic Wand's a new arty that like freezes, and then
I didn't see it.
Mount. There's the book mount that's like higher ceiling, lower floor magic carpet.
Magic carpet.
I don't know. One of them looked really good. I thought it was the book.
One or
sure.
the recast one?
They both.
They both look pretty good. Then they both sounds good, but I think it was the recast. No, like a magic carpet one.
The book. There's a 15% chance, I think, to like double a skill. But the magic wand is what. I mean, like I said, I'm excited about all of it because I just get excited whenever there's anything mage. But like the new back piece, I was so stoked for it. Don't get me wrong, I'm not like against it. It looks badass, whatever. And I am using it in multiple builds. It's not as good as I thought it would be. So I always overhype mage shit in my mind. And I know I'm doing it for Magic Wand because that one I've been building up for months in my brain. But the Magic Wand, so that's the thing. As a mage, as everyone on this call definitely knows, when you're fighting against an archer or whatever, you can just throw disarm at them if they don't have panda mount, and you're like, cool, I can do my shit for a little while, get some energy regen, whatever. But you can't do that versus the asshole tamers. You just can't. Disarm doesn't do anything. They just keep going, oh, well, I won't hit you. They kind of cross their arms and just go, hit them, my fucking, my lovely, pound this fucker to death. This fucking mage that's just, fuck this guy up over here. And then you just punch, and then I'm dead. Right? So that's what has me excited about Magic Wand specifically. Originally, when I first read it, I was like, oh, up archers, fuck you, Archer. And Archer was a problem when I first was learning about it. But now I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna freeze those motherfucking tamers.
But is it gonna freeze our pals?
Yeah, it's not gonna freeze the pals.
It doesn't freeze the pals? I thought it froze the pals.
No, I don't think it'll freeze the pals.
I thought it froze literally everything. Energy regen, pals.
You might be right. Hold on.
I thought it froze everything, and that's why I was like so excited. Oh shit.
See, then that disturbs our nice like
balance.
I don't mind if they make mage a little bit, stronger or whatever, or any class a little bit stronger. It doesn't, but the fact that we got a nice balance, then we're gonna go all, we're all gonna hop back a mage, and then it'll be a mage versus mage, meta.
Here, let me pull it up. I don't know. I could be dead ass wrong here. I know I just sent it to someone.
Tiamat also sent it, or somebody sent it in the sneak peek channel.
Yeah,
it's not.
I did, and Moldy sent it to me at some point. I'm probably the one that's wrong. I'm almost always wrong. So.
Oh, here.
So I mean, okay. Tamer can stop anything right now, but at the same time, it's not the same build. Like if I attack, I can't attack a parking lot that has like a sage and a plume. I either can't kill the sage or I'll die to the plume. Like you can't really, unless they're like well under your power.
Which is the same as a prophet, right? Like
I need same thing. Yeah,
I need to put the right build on to beat the right people. Yeah.
Correct. And that's what I'm saying. All classes are like that right now. I mean, a plume could beat a sage with the right setup. Any class can kind of beat any class right now. I feel like, except maybe a plume on Tamer. Although whatever Morgito is working.
So Maharaga says it stops everything, but I'm looking at the translation that we were sent over, and it says it while frozen, normal attacks, combos, counterattacks, and skill activations are impossible. But it doesn't say. State will be removed.
I thought I could have sworn it.
Okay. So it also says, when you take 25% of your HP, or when they take it, the frozen state will be removed from the targets, its allies, and its pets. So that would imply that it does freeze the pets.
Yeah,
Right.
So that would
I
freeze
thought.
pals.
But if it's not in that initial list, see, this is the translation bullshit. Where
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like,
why I was saying the what the translation we got says. But
in my mind, until this exact conversation, it freezes fucking everything. Everything is stopped.
And what is that? 2 seconds at the start,
2
or
seconds. Well, no, it's
every 25%.
every 25%. Every time the
3
person,
times.
Yeah, it can only happen 3 times, and it's every 25% health. So 100% health, 75 it triggers, 50, 25, and that's it. So 3
of the
times
opponent or of your health?
your health.
Okay. Oh, okay. That makes sense. So it's stopping damage. The pals will stop. Maybe you regen a little bit, and then okay. All right.
Yeah.
That's pretty nice.
Maharaj is gonna review the footage.
No, he said he'll review the footage,
Taj.
or in Italian, footage. That's the same for everyone, I think. What? It stops everything? Oh, sorry. Real striking. Tamer isn't that fair, honestly. LOL. There isn't much of anything you can do against it. I mean, there are things you can do against it, yeah. Like any class. Oh, Maka Frame is on. What's up? I don't know if I'm saying your name right. That's one of my Roger's boys, I think.
As
What's the most annoying thing? The most annoying thing for you to deal with?
Wait, what were you saying, Fara?
My bad.
I was gonna say nothing you can do to anything against tamers. As Com said last stream, 70 or 80% pal res, and I'm tickling you. It same thing with any class. I mean, 80% skill res, unless you're Woo. Because Woo eats through me in Pantheon. I have like 93%. Okay, he's saying pals do stop attacking.
Yeah.
So,
Sweet.
okay,
Mage
a little bit to stop the mage meta. I think so. At least.
Yeah, but that's the other thing. Because it's the artifact slot, that means we're also losing Torch, which is like my only even close to half-ass weapon against, tamers right now, aside from the high crit res levels and pal damage res. Wait, so sorry, you brought this up earlier. So pre-update, like pre the last update where Warbringer and Tamer got some nice little bumps. Are you saying that pal crit was in crit res, like crit res stopped pal crit, and that's no longer the case? Is that what you're saying?
It is the case, but sages are running around with 3,000 crit res. Most classes have at least 2.
3,500.
Yeah, and you were only able to get like maybe 4. So you're kind of all your crit damage was being negated by crit res for the most part. But now because they doubled some of the values, and now they have the seal where you can add pal crit, the values I think were a lot higher in the tree now. Again, now I'm at like 8,000, whereas before I was only going to have like 4. So now I'm actually doing damage with my crits versus.
I see. So it's not quite like Archer level or some Warbringers I see with like 9,000-10,000 crit, but you can get up there. Like you can get up.
Oh yeah, okay. Like my runes aren't done. I'm at 8,000 on my Panda, 7,000 on the other,
Gotcha.
and before the patch with almost the same. I'm a little bit higher in my runes now, but I was only able to get to like 35 and maybe like 42 on the Panda.
Oh, 8Wide's here. What up? They say 4K.
Yeah, with her 4,000 crit res.
8Wide's got 4K crit res. Yeah.
Expect no less from 8Wide.
The OG Bun Queen. All right, so I'm happy about that. Maharaga reviewed the footage, and the Magic Wand does freeze the pals as well, which makes sense the way that it read like in my head. So okay. So I still have something to look forward to, at least a little bit. They can take my money again.
I do agree with what he just said, where she wishes that easy breezy worked on pals. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be pretty slick. They need to make that change. No, they don't.
Well,
I know they don't. We've been talking
if
about
the
how
artifact.
nice
If the artifact that's coming up didn't exist, that would be a nice change to at least make it a little bit easier on the PAL, like resisting. But then you're getting close to just
easy
saying
breezy.
it's not going to be used. Easy breezy and take it slow, so you could slow them down and take less damage.
But easy breezy affects your attack, which goes into your total your total
goes into the
damage
multiplier,
equation. So it technically works on pals, but the take it slow doesn't.
Yeah, it does, but
why doesn't
doesn't
take it
make
slow?
a huge difference.
Oh, take it slow is just the player itself.
It's your basic attack speed,
I
not
see
your.
so the PAL speed is still just
Pals have their own speed. Have their own speed.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, so easy breezy does. Okay.
Yeah, because it's like an attack.
It makes sense. It's your
that's
character attack debuff, and the pals are based on attack. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Wow, so easy.
Sorry, just 8 wide in all caps. I can just see her face. It says targets. Why doesn't it include pals?
Because you don't target the pals, technically.
You are technically targeting the person.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Oh gosh. What's the best placement you've had in the Shroomie tournament so far?
Top 32, best I was able to get. I feel like every time I'm in the top 32, there's 2 or 3 clear winners, such as this round is a perfect example.
It's anybody's game.
It's anybody's game, but next time just go with, Calm over there and he'll carry you to top 8. If you could carry me there, I
promise nothing. Okay.
You're stronger than me, which means you can make it to top 8 with Calm.
Well, it's funny because last night in DMs, I'm like, I was like, oh cool, we made it through to Meow, and I was like, what did I say? I was like, yeah, until I get in the next group, the next group with Woo, Concrete, Code. Like, I'm going to be facing 4 teams that I have no shot at. And sure enough, and it was him. And 2 other teams. I was like, come on, I think that you sent the screenshot to me. I was sleeping, but you were, eating lunch or something, over there in Australia. Yeah, sent the screenshot, and I was like, yep, pretty much. Pretty much.
Yeah, I think I messaged Meow right after that as well. Was like, hey, buddy.
Let's see. Are there any features, events, or content that you're looking forward to or that you'd like to see?
I don't know. I mean, I think in general, they need to cater more to free-to-play players to keep them active, especially after the merges. So anything like the free artifact thing should be, maybe don't limit it to 1 per server, but something like weekly, where it gets people logging in weekly, daily for 7 days, and then you have a shot at, a paid item. I think if you rotate that, 1 person per server, 2 people per server, or it's just a percentage all around. I think something like that would be good. But in terms of looking forward, I don't want to do sailing again.
You don't want sailing, you're not doing. All right.
Well, you're gonna get sailing here soon because we're getting a merge here soon.
Mm-hmm.
That means merge comes sailing. Who's ready, guys?
I'm gonna sail exactly as much as I need to sail to get 4 of whatever they're called, the merit scrolls or whatever, and then I'm donezo.
That's where I'm at. I got my back piece, which I thought was an artifact until I bought it. It looks like it would be an artifact, right? The way it's shaped.
It looks far more like an artifact than a back piece. I agree.
Yeah, I thought that would replace Torch as a tank mage. Last sailing, I was still, So, Yeah, then I got it. I'm like, what the hell? I don't see it. I just bought it. And then I'm like, oh, it's a back.
Loki, that's the Dieter back piece. Dieter.
Yeah, Dieter. It's Dieter, not deter. Dieter.
Oh gosh, what have I been missing in the chat? Common 8Y have been going back and forth on the
Hal stuff. Yeah.
Okay, that's too much to read. I'll read it later. I don't know about that.
We weren't really saying.
They're like levels above my understanding. I'm not gonna. No, thank you.
They're talking code, which is
Yeah, yeah.
We were literally.
All we need to know is skill plus damage equal boom, game over.
Just tell me the answer when you all figure it out, and then. Yeah, no, I think you were bringing this up earlier when we were talking about Wand. We have such a it is just a solid balance right now, and inevitably it'll be it will be broken by something. I do think that Prophet has if we take Tamer out of the equation, we take the original 3 classes. Archer and Warrior have had their time in the sun, not only necessarily more frequently, but more recently than Prophet. Would you all disagree with that or no? Sorry. So Archer, Warrior, Mage. Archer's had their time at the top longer than anyone else, then Warrior, and then Mage, or not?
Are you including the Sage meta recently in that?
Yeah.
Okay, because if you take the
Before
Sage
that,
part out,
Warrior was
the Warriors didn't exist, and I think Mage and Plume for a while were each had their time to shine. Mage at the beginning, I think, was really good with again, disarm, easy breezy, take it slow, versus Plumes, and pre-blitz, they were just before we got Eternal Gear. I mean, pre-blitz was everywhere.
So I missed all the fun.
You missed the Mage time to shine. They shined and they dimmed out by the time you joined.
So by the time I figured shit out, it was just Archerland. So okay.
Yeah, but Warbringer, first time it's shining is now. I mean,
okay.
Yeah, right now the only time it's been.
I mean, unless your name was like Code or J Classico. Code and J Classico were running it while everybody else was getting pre-blitzed.
Yeah.
So that's the thing then, is even as a mage, I would love for this meta to just kind of be cool for a little while, and then it will inevitably happen. Something's going to come along and disturb the balance, and then everyone's going to have to adjust again. That's the nature of any game like this, obviously, but no, I'd like to have longer with it how it is now. I think
I think if you had asked me the same question, what I'd be looking forward to during the Sage meta, I would be like anything that shifts the meta, anything that balances the meta. But we're there, and I think this is the funnest the game's been. With a nice balance. Again, any class being viable except maybe.
I mean, even Sacred Hunter. I saw.
I was gonna say Sacred Hunter and Supreme Spirit. I think are the lower. Probably the worst 2, and you could still make them work. They're just.
Yeah,
Plume's better than Sacred, and I think Tamer's better than Supreme Spirit, but War, Sage, Plume, Tamer, Prophet, even Dark Lord now, they're all completely viable. They're all out there.
And you can look at Legends. I've seen more recent screenshots of people in Elite. You can see the distribution. It's not just that it's changed, which it has, but it's changing every week. The 20 people coming up every week are completely different compositions, because that's what I have to pay attention to. That you all pay attention to very different things than what I pay attention to, okay? But as soon as the cycle ends, and everything's settled, I'm looking at that list of the people that don't have a number next to their name. It's 1 through 80 and then 20 people, and I'm going, okay, I count 5 Warbringers, 3 Prophets, 2, 3, 4 Tamers. Okay, fuck, this is going to be tough on how I change my damage res this week, right? On whatever defensive set I settle on. But so that's the thing is, and at least last I looked in Elite, like you can look in most Elite groups, and out of the 200, it's still about half Archer. But that's the thing, is the people in the top 25 or top 30-ish aren't. Like, they're not archers. They're people in general that have a build that will shit on Archer, regardless of what their class is. But and not necessarily all archers, and I don't mean to be bashing on archers, but it's
Archers are still in a good spot. I mean,
yeah, they are. Like, tamers, it feels like have like an innate advantage over Archer. Warbringers,
a hard counter right now.
Yeah.
but then Warbringers and they do as well. They seem to have an edge over Archer right now, at least from my perspective. But there's things that Archer can do versus any of them. But yeah, Tamer seems. I don't know what I would do. I was just looking to see if Maharaga was still hanging around, because he seems to have a lot of stuff figured out. But I think of all four right now, it's not so fun to be a plume, and that's great, I think. But
I'm playing Plume right now.
you are?
Yeah. For plundering and all kinds of stuff. Or for everything that's outside of tournament. I'm messing around on Plume.
I was about to say, what are you doing for the tournament? Plume for the tournament?
No.
Oh, good to know. I'll
Write
stay
that
Tamer.
down, Fara.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Fara,
Meow, you heard that right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Interesting. All right, let's see here. So we know you you talk with Meow and stuff. Do you have any other like sparring partners? You mentioned Leroy and some other POW people lately. There's a couple other Tamers and Legends right now, like Veil. Is it Veil or Veils?
Veils, V-E-I-L-Z, I think. Or
Yeah,
S,
Veil's
is it
up
S?
there. And then another one that's in the cycle is Ron KZ, I think is his name. I think they switched from Prophet to Tamer. But I'm seeing more and more of them. Lord Jelly from 493 was just in Legends. Minty Mercy is another one that was up in Legends. There's
Seiko.
more and more names. Well, obviously, yeah. I was going for the the not household names.
I don't know, because if I scroll down this list, if it looks like they're a Tamer, I click on them, they're like a plume. But you click it shows a little sword, that means it's a warrior. I click on them, okay, they're a plume. Like, I don't know if that happens with everyone else, but
it does, and I think it especially during tournament time. So like yesterday, I swapped classes, right? Like, I think it's more, and a lot of people I notice are doing that on purpose, where like they wait until like they wait until cross server like starts, and then they swap classes so they have the wrong symbol next to their name. I know at least 2 people on my server that do that on purpose in Elite, but
okay, I didn't know how that worked. But
like, it also is like the people who will say after Sunday night reset, swap to Plume to help out their server, run Cloud or Snowland, stuff like that. And then it'll just show Plume for them the rest of the week, even though that Tuesday comes and their later Plunder comes Monday afternoon and they switch back to their main build. It's not so much they're trying. Well, I can't speak for everyone. Like you said, you've got people on your server that do it on purpose, but some
I never
people
really thought about anyone doing it on purpose for strategic. I just thought it's annoying to.
Yeah, I hate how it doesn't update.
It'll update after you hit them, I believe, though.
That doesn't help, but
yeah, it doesn't
I
help.
want to just blindly attack plumes right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter how high they are. I just want to attack them. But I gotta.
I had that issue earlier today where I went and hit somebody because I thought they were an archer and they were actually a tamer, and I was like, "What? What? Hello?"
I got the wrong res on and I put disarm on. Like, oh damn it! Oh yeah.
Yeah, but exactly. Just
all you people are just way too used to being in Legends too long. You think it's bad clicking on 10, 20 people up in the top 100. Try being in an elite with 200 people in it and checking all those.
I just got back into Legends like a couple days ago. I've been in Elite for like a week.
There's been this trend, you know. Haya. I mean, there's a lot. Jayha been down there. Way too many people are in Elite. I'm not complaining because that's how I've been able to sneak in and hide long enough. But it's interesting to me that the number of strong people that have been in Legends and could be in Legends whenever they want are just chilling in Elite, having fun, just smacking people around when they feel like it, and trying to not promote. That's what I find funny is just like they'll just fuck a bunch of people up and then just, you know, waste their attacks on the last day to make sure they're not fifth.
No, you're being called out in chat, by the way.
What happened?
They said, "Why are you playing Sage? I thought you were a mage."
No, they said you're tougher as a mage.
Oh, you're tougher as a mage. Sorry.
Oh, that's Pokey. That's just Pokey being cool. No, Giraffic and I were both. I switched to Sage for the Shroomie tournament yesterday, but I swapped back immediately after. But yeah, I was Sage yesterday. But Pokey's not calling me out. Pokey's just being cool. Pokey's cool, dude.
They're calling you out for faking everybody out. Everybody thought you were a Sage.
No, Jelly from 493 messed me up bad.
I'm joking with you.
What? What's a joke? What?
Oh,
They're all gonna laugh at you. Yeah, Blank said they're going down to Elite next. Get ready.
Yeah, I just read that. Have fun with that, whoever that happens to. What the fuck?
They got Maths down there right now. They're gonna have Blank down there soon.
J-Hot, Ravs. What's next? Woo?
For real, Maths is down there?
Woo just randomly drops into Elite just to have fun with hitting people? Like, I don't know.
Oh, so now that happens, I have a shot at the top 10. Need more of them hiding in Elite. What? That you're breaking up there.
Yeah, that was.
That's right. I've been trying to get to Elite. Yeah, I tried to do it with Rams a couple of weeks ago. I couldn't get down there.
Oh, you were trying to get down into Elite, but he couldn't.
Oh.
Yeah, you smacked me trying to lose. You said trying to lose, and then you won.
I didn't expect it to be a timer. I was like, there's no way he's actually a timer.
The amount of times Code has hit me just to like keep me out of the bottom 80, but accidentally he's like, yeah, I meant to, like keep you out of bottom 80, but I didn't expect to win. I was like, hello? Let me know. You're like 10 times stronger than me.
If someone's trying to drop, it's really easy. You just have to use the tickets. That's the thing. Like if Wu wanted to go to Elite, he could do it.
Oh yeah.
You just have to use tickets.
Well,
what do you mean use tickets?
Take off all your skills, take off all your pals, and hit people, and you'll drop below. You can stay below 80th, or below.
There's a lot of people who want to like test stuff by hitting Wu, so there's a good chance like he'll get the wins back without having to try. It's
think
really
that
hard for him to get there.
You think that many people would hit Wu if he's in like 90th place with 800? You think people are gonna? I'm just saying, like if he dropped his elo down to 900, you think people are gonna test builds against an 800 or 900 rated Wu?
Oh yeah.
They might be like, oh, if he's down there, now's my time to hit him and get that win screenshot. Like, and then boom, he'll be.
I see what you're saying. I'm just saying, like, even with all you need is 99 tickets. You have 99 tickets to hit every person with no skills. No way could you be bumped all the way back up, right? If you lost every single one of those, it's a lot of work. I'm not saying it's not like, I'm not saying it's like easy. I'm just saying, if you have 99 tickets on that third day to lose on purpose, I feel like even Wu could. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe we'll have to ask him to try one of these times.
What's just so you can get that screenshot?
Yeah, Wu. Hey, can you just drop down one cycle? But that's the thing. With no skills, no nothing equipped, he'd still beat me. Like,
Yeah,
Like, you could take everything
yeah,
off.
He'd
No
have to take
mount,
his
no
clothes
mount, no
off.
artifact, no nothing, no skills, no pals. He'd still beat me. Just with the class skill.
I mean, yeah, that thing will hurt.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter which one it is. Like,
Yeah. Given his level alone, that class skill is going to absolutely annihilate people.
yeah, you get one shot by the wisp, whatever it's called, the crane or whatever.
Yeah, Crane's Whisper.
Akane wants to know how many tickets you all have. I used to stay between like 25 and 40ish, and now I always am at 0 because I use my attacks every single day.
Tickets
What
of
is
what? Cross server tickets?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, no, I went over this. I didn't even know you had to stack them. So 0.
I'm at about 80.
80. I know Buttercup was in the hundreds. I know.
yeah, I'm at 0.
0. All right. You know who used to have a lot of tickets up in Legends? Crusher. He used to.
The man, the
What?
myth, the legend.
He used to have a lot of
no
tickets.
longer in Legends.
No.
Oh my
No.
god, Akane's got 300.
Akane's got 300. Come on up. We'll hold a seat for you, and we'll hold a seat for you up in Legends. You got 300. You come up for sure.
Do 100 attacks a day, easy.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even have to do them each day.
You
just
start
that
at
last
the
day.
bottom. You start at the bottom of Elite, go up like 50 to 100, and you're fine. You'll be at top no time.
Yeah, you get even if you're like in the top 5, let's say 1500 elo in Elite, you're still gonna get like 10 points a pop, even hitting people at the bottom of Elite. Yeah, times 300.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great.
You could go for like the all time high elo in an Elite group with that.
That's true. 81 said 300. That's a crossover token bank. Like that's a lot of missed out tokens.
I'm gonna ask for a loan when I go to push for first.
Oh crap! I missed our.
Plunder?
Yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah, I got 2 lots. The only 2 we'll have probably.
Well, I'm just not gonna hit lots anymore for the rest of the week because I'm not creating another accidental truce breaking.
I'll just take it. It's just.
Listen, there's a Wu and a Zico to get mad, and I don't want that. They both destroy me.
You got him.
Wu hit me with a 4
We
debuff and insta-killed me, so I don't think I have them. Like in my defense build with like 700 HP or whatever it is, instant. Like it was like 1 second didn't even pass.
Yeah, I get one shot down here.
All right. I'll get that lot for us. I don't know if anyone. Yeah. All right. Sorry. I like looked over here like to the chat as if I could do like voice commands to like this Discord message I was trying to reply to. My bad. All right. So I can get this one and one more maybe. All right. Sorry everyone. Totally forgot about the time, and I was not looking at messages. That's interesting though. So how did you all? And you don't have to disclose these details if you don't want to. But I'm curious. Like, are there just your 3 servers in that Loki?
No.
So 1021, 1024, and Zico. What's
No,
Zico's server?
Kim's 1031.
34 is Zico's.
Oh, 34.
We have 1021, 1030, and 1034. 1030 is actually a throwback server for me. They were my first ships server, like the first fight that like they had the strongest players. And I was jokingly hitting the person who hit me out of my lot. not knowing that one of our players stole one of their lots, so they were just taking a lot back to replenish the lot. But I was hitting them just to like say, haha, I'm hitting you back type of deal, not paying attention to what was going on, where it was in the order or anything, and then getting messages and not seeing them.
But did you all agree like 3-3-3?
Yeah, everybody's got 3 lots.
Okay. And then you don't have to, you just get the week off. That's interesting.
Well, you still do some plunderings. You just can't, like, somebody throws like an alt or something in there so you can cancel, and the alt's not going to take somebody big out of the lot. So
Okay.
Makes sense.
I want to get that kind of coordination on like Sundays. It's like just let everyone have 3 for the rest. Like the places are most likely set in stone already. Just let everyone get 8 hours of rewards,
yeah.
But
I mean, that's been a thing in the hundreds for a long time, where it's like on Sundays, like people are like, Saturday, Sunday, you're just like, listen, everybody's basically where they're going to be at the end of the week. Just let everybody park. Because by Saturday, you know who's first, who's second, who's third, and who's fourth.
sometimes you know that by Tuesday.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, shit. So I had my the guy up in Legends in 1419 DAI. I don't know how to pronounce it. He's a martial sage, and he was just sitting on this lot by himself. So I put my anti-regen on, hit him, killed him, and I thought I took the lot. No, someone else hopped in right at the end, and I just took him to Cheetah. So I had to be like, someone go beat this guy with Cheetah so we can have this lot, because we have one lot right now. Fuck. Anyway, sorry. All right. Refocus. Let's see. Yeah, I did. I lost to the second person. Took out die, lost to the second person because
I lost to the second person in my plundering too.
I wish I had lost to the second person in my plundering.
I lost the line in a second.
Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see. I think I might have already asked you this one. Maybe I didn't. Do you have any like sparring partners? You mentioned you talked with Meow, pretty regularly. Are there other people that you kind of do testing with and so forth?
It depends on the class I'm in right now. So like, Tamers right now, I'm talking to Leroy. Jolts is another one. When I'm mage, Meow was pretty much always been my go-to. Blank, I'm in DMs with them too. Calm has always been in there. Loki back when I was mage. I think you got some advice from me. I think.
Yeah, me and you have gone back
back
and forth.
then. Yeah. Again, I've always been like tank mage. Not necessarily. I've never did pre-blitz. I just completely skipped that over. But yeah, it really depends on what I'm playing with for advice. But then, yeah, in terms of sparring, I mean, so versatile. I'm just like, can you jump in this real quick? Let me see how it goes. Or I'll just hit anyone that I've, talked to recently. Like, hey, can you just go in PvP real quick? And then I just want to test something real quick. Again, we're all kind of pretty friendly, help each other out, just to make the game funner. So it's pretty nice to, ask around for help. Repark some mounts here.
Sorry,
I got distracted.
Yeah, I also got distracted for a second because someone didn't take out the guy at 0.01, and then someone else just did. Okay, all right, we got the lot. All right, damn. I was like, what? Just beat. It's 0.01. I don't know what to do. Just beat them. I don't even know who they are. Who's L? L, who are you in chat? What do you mean I didn't pay your fee? What fee?
Wow.
That's like the golden rule, man.
Ooh.
Who did I not pay? Who are you, L? Tell me. Tell me and I'll pay your fees.
You gotta wait for the delay.
I'm here. Hold on. I got to look at my parking now. I pay fees for everyone. There's like a small handful of
L.
apparently, but I pay fees for everyone. There's like a couple of people that haven't been like that are just inactive. So that's why I'm curious who L is. Yeah, like people that haven't played for a month or more, I'll park in their lots and not pay. That happens irregularly.
Thanks. I do that the same. Like I pay almost no parking except for a couple people like I want to pay.
Yeah, like I
only pay the 5%ers.
You gotta
I think
outweigh
you're
though.
supposed
If
to-
it's like
you're supposed to
10%
pay.
and they have 200 and the 5% has 100, it's worth it. It's worth it to pay the premium.
You're supposed to pay?
Oh no.
Your server is a special case.
Yeah, I was about to say eight wide was the one that said, your all server has no no parking fees for any of them. And I was like, we might be able to try it at 5. And then Gate and Buttercup both moved theirs down to 5% as like a test. No one budged from like 20. Like they all were just like, no, max 20%, even if they didn't have like all their decorations and shit. Like just. And now she's very nicely pointing out, oh, now I'm calling them inactive. Well, yeah, they must be if I'm not paying their fee. I'm pretty sure that's Nye. I'm going to guess that that's Nye, our buddy Nye. Nye, if you're more active, then I'll happily pay your parking fee. Anyway, that's funny. All right, so we're all in agreement, except for Loki the dev. This Friday we'll get the list most likely. That all the 1000s, 1100s, and 1200s, you're all gonna get the best merges you can possibly think of.
Yep.
And then at the end of the month, the 1300s and the 1400s. Cool.
You're gonna merge with that one other server.
I hope that's not what happens, but yeah.
They gotta do something, like, because everybody around you can't merge. They've got to do
y'all
something.
keep saying we're gonna merge, we're gonna merge, we're gonna merge. What happens when 1021 and 1024 merges, huh?
No, didn't you hear my explanation last week?
We're on the same prayer rush, though. Like we're both on prayer rush right now, so we're on the same rush schedule. It's very possible that could be a thing.
No, I already told you what's going to happen. Last podcast, you're getting 2 other servers. 1021's getting 2 other servers, and then everybody else.
We get Imba
is getting
and
4.
Zigo. Good luck, everybody else.
No. You don't get it. You don't get them. Sorry. Nope.
So we're supposed to find out Friday. The merge is Monday. I missed that.
Maybe the last
maybe Friday, but yeah, we don't know for sure.
Yeah, the last merge that just happened, they released the Thursday, like early Thursday morning or Friday morning, one of those. So we'll get it. We should have the new list come this Thursday or Friday. Who's on it?
8-Wide agrees with me, by the way. 1021 and 1024 being split makes sense. That's exactly why we will merge.
I don't have a problem with them merging you all. It's just that then they have to do something equivalent everywhere else, and I don't see them doing that. Like, to be fair, I can think of a couple of servers, not just in the 400s, although I can think of one, that have gotten both of their merges have been excellent, where they're getting extra like high-end players and more activity. Like usually, like we're happy if we get one of those. Like, oh hey, we have a new top 5 player on our server. That like that hasn't happened in either of our servers, and we haven't gotten more activity like compared to other servers ever either. So that's the thing, is like if you get one or the other, cool. But I can think of a couple of servers that I know have gotten both in both servers, in both merges, and I just don't. Whatever metrics they use need to change, and I don't know. I'm not going to go on my normal rant. My bad. I was about to launch off on a whole Colin rant that everyone already knows. I've been trying. I've been doing my best to keep the Colin rants at a minimum. I've been trying. So I'm just gonna stop right there. But yeah, we are going on past 2 hours now. So if anyone's got questions for our awesome spotlight guest Fara, or the I was about to use the wrong word. The forever awesome meow himself. Bust him out now.
Yeah.
What's Akane's thing? 70. Yeah. So that's the other thing too is 473 was like an insanely strong, like they had reasonable activity, like I would say medium level activity for the servers around us, but they had the monsters of the monsters with Crusher and Matsu, Kane, Max, like it was just a list of just insane monsters. But they didn't have like the super activity of say 493, who has like 5 monsters of their own, just different level than Matsu and where Crusher were. Right. But then everybody quits. What the fuck are we supposed to do? And now 473 will probably pay the price, and the metrics will still show that all those players are still on those servers. So anyway.
Right, no. You can't just say anything comedy. We need to know the favorite.
What's your favorite movie?
Yeah, or either the favorite movie or at least like top couple.
Oh shit! Oh, I didn't even see that. Yeah.
Is that a question you usually ask? I didn't write that down.
I got a follow up. Don't worry, we got a whole list of just off the cuff random questions.
Yeah, movies.
You want to lightning round them real quick?
Oh, we can do that.
You want to?
Sure. All right. Movie. I don't know.
First one that comes to mind.
I don't know. Blue Streak. I've seen it so many times. Yeah, go ahead.
Favorite TV show?
I mean, The Office. I'll say The Office.
Okay.
American or UK?
Up there. There's a lot. There's a lot
American
of good ones.
Or UK Office?
American.
Okay.
Favorite musician?
All right, Ed Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran. Okay.
Yep.
Do you have a favorite comedian? You can.
You know what? Alive or dead? All time.
All time.
George Carlin.
Okay. The next one on the list, that's what I was laughing at earlier when I got distracted. Boxers or tidy whities?
What? Boxers?
I don't know. I didn't make this list. I don't know.
I made this list long ago.
I was so hoping you'd agree to the lightning round just so I could ask that one. The next one is Sunny Delight.
Wait, hold on. Okay. Did you say boxers or tidy whities? We have to know. Oh, boxers or boxers?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I got to cut it off. I made this list because I wanted to ask all these questions to Woo.
Oh, okay.
Got it.
Yeah, but you're the one who's first getting hit with them because everyone just always ignored these questions. So this is amazing. Oh shit, Meow! What up, Meow?
Oh, okay.
Fuck, I can't hear him.
Yeah, we can't hear you now. We can see you, but we can't hear you.
I heard that you hate it.
How is he not on a Beard Bros? He's definitely a Beard Bro.
He's got a good beard here.
Everyone's Beard Bros but me. Fuck, god damn it.
Why are you clean?
Shit, I can't.
There it goes.
Sorry, keep going because I love this next one.
Oh, shoot. Okay, so Sunny Delight or orange soda?
Orange soda.
Orange soda, okay. Root beer or Yoo-hoo?
Root beer.
Strange combo. Your favorite food?
Cheeseburgers.
Cheeseburgers, okay. What would you do if you had unlimited money after buying houses, yachts, traveling, and buying out every event in Legend of Mushrooms?
So unlimited money, doesn't matter what I could do with it.
He's like, whatever you want. After you buy all the shit that
what's the first thing you're gonna do?
Is it buying stuff or like can I donate?
You can do. Yep, donate anything you want.
Donate cancer research, genetics, stuff like that. I dump as much as I can, get whatever resource anyone needs to work on stuff like that.
Look at this nice, thoughtful guy here, man. See?
Mac or PC,
PC,
Android or iOS?
Android.
Yeah, those last
Man
those-
after my own heart.
the last two are kind of redundant, right? Like, I guess there's some people that would do both,
I mean,
right?
there's
Like
some
they
people
use
that
Mac
could
and
use a
PC.
Mac and have an Android. I mean,
That's true. That's true.
or have a PC.
I would think the opposite.
Yeah,
Use
or
PC for like work and everything else, and then have an iPhone.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can see that. I can see that.
That's
Uh,
fair.
Moldy Hobo asked Star Wars or Star Trek.
Oh, I'm adding that
Sorry.
to our list. That's
Neither.
amazing.
I've never seen either.
Either. Okay, I
You
missed a
never
few.
seen them?
There were a couple from 8 Wide as well.
There was a question
Oh.
about
Salami.
Salami.
Mhm.
And then what
was the
about
question? favorite
Oh,
deli?
Backstreet Boys are
Backstreet
NSYNC.
Boys are NSYNC.
yeah, you got to
Boys.
answer that one.
Backstreet Boys, sure. Yeah.
There we go.
Favorite
There we go.
Shroomie tournament partner?
I mean, Haya right now, she's great. But I was with Mavis, I think 2 or 3 now. Lots of back and forth, and she could change a build, pretty quickly and get through it. But this tourney is new with Haya, so that may change.
Oh, I missed Akane's question. They asked, "Are you a weeb?"
I don't know what a weeb is.
Do you
That
watch
means
anime?
no.
Basic,
That's basically a no.
anime. Yeah, anime. Man?
Oh no, sorry. I'm not
Man.
like this kind of nerd. No Star Wars, no Star Trek, no anime.
Do you have a preference for Backstreet Boys or NSYNC?
Hey,
I know what those two
everybody has
are,
a
right?
preference.
So
All right. You know what they are. Okay.
Everybody has a preference on those
I've heard
two.
their music. It's been on the radio. I've never seen Star Wars, Star Trek. Can't comment.
So waffles
heard
or
it here.
pancakes?
What?
Waffles or pancakes?
Waffles or pancakes? Waffles.
I'm loving this because we're adding more questions to the rapid fire list.
Yeah, you got to write these all down for everyone else now.
Oh, I got them. They're already added, man. This is great.
Oh, perfect.
Oh wait, I can't capitalize deli and deli meat. Come on. There we go. Do you have any favorite?
Meow.
Oh, go ahead. Oh, do you have any favorite like artists, as in not musical artists, but like painters or sculptors or anything like that? Do you like art? I asked because of your cool shirt.
No. Oh, nah. Nope.
No. Okay.
My wife paints. I would kind of, I guess, say her if I had to. Yep.
We got some more questions for you, but I just wanted to get back to the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC thing. Meow, which do you prefer? What? Backstreet Boys?
Yeah.
See, everybody.
Bird Boys. So yeah.
I just had to get that in there because that's an important one.
I'm not gonna.
Describe your perfect date. What?
Yeah, no, these are.
We're just hitting unhinged at this point.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they asked me that when I was on here first time.
Oh, for real.
Your favorite Ninja Turtle?
Oh, that's
Donatello's purple, right?
yeah.
With the staff? Hell yeah. Okay.
Bob Dylan or the Beatles?
What?
Bob Dylan or the Beatles?
The Beatles. Yep. Although I do have to say, you're asking all the questions about, like, I don't really listen to any of that genre.
Do you like pineapple on your pizza?
No.
Good man. Good
Do you think
man.
it belongs on
Let's
pizza?
see.
Farah
Tacos.
decimated the list, man. Like he
Farah and me.
was like answer. He just went right through it.
Yeah, why not? That's,
Fara and me are kindred spirits. They're like all of his answers are the same.
oh, yeah. So I said tacos and links. They
Yep.
answer some of the questions in there. Nice.
If you could remove one class from LOM, what would you remove?
No, you in this meta, nothing. You can't. Last meta, I would have said Sage. It depends on the meta, that question.
Dude, Ravs, that totally makes the list. That was excellent. Everyone else's did too. Sorry, but I really like that one. That's a good one. He has long. Yeah, he 8 White. He did say one of his goals was top 10 in peak in Legends. Oh, and Com, sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
My bad. I didn't.
Tom had the fingers going. Get
I had
those
to keep-
fingies.
That'll be
Fingies
different.
going.
That'll be different next one.
All right, you guys want to wrap it up or no? I'm out of questions.
Yeah, we're at
He
the
destroyed
2.5
my
hour
list.
mark. I mean, we could end it here. Shout outs, Fara. You got any?
Far, do you have any
What?
shout outs?
Oh, any shout outs? Oh, everyone's in the chat. I mean, Meow's here, Loki's here, Com's here, Nylok, 8 Wide. I mean, the couple, couple streams ago when you talked about just using bombs and drills, just use them regularly, daily. That helped a lot. I had like 3,600 ore between rushes, so that was crazy in terms of, what I used to have like 2. So that was definitely a big help. I don't know. There's way too many way too many people to help. I have to shout out Nyx on my server. She does all the analyses, and all right, we're gonna hit this spot first, second, third, fourth. If you're still alive, hit this one. So I just kind of point and shoot. So, but yeah, ton of people. I'm missing a ton. I've mentioned pretty much all their names too during the stream. So, yep.
Yeah. Do we have audio from Meow?
Yeah.
Maybe. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Now we can. Yes.
Yeah. I just like to use this shout. It's to like the whole community. Like you guys, the community, free to play, just everyone. Like just keep it up. Like it makes the game the way it is, and makes us all enjoy it. Like let's just keep it going.
Yep. Agreed.
Eyes closed, non-sarcastic golf clap while nodding head for that. Yes. I love it.
Nylok, your shout outs?
48 and yeah, I don't know. The people I've been talking to more recently on Disc, you know who you are, but Trippy specifically and Mythic. That was last week, I guess, more, but yeah. No, it's yeah, that's it. 48, everybody here, the whole community. Yeah.
Com?
1226, 1215, the LOM study group on Discord. On those guys. And then yeah, just everybody for showing up. Thank y'all. It's a lot. Means a lot.
And mine is going to be the, as usual, 1024. But I am going to add one this time. I'm going to shout out Buttercup, because without her, we wouldn't have the stream that we have today. She makes all the visuals last second, like today. She, like, we were just like, oh yeah, so this is happening. And she was like, I could try to make it work, and here we are.
And she did.
If it wasn't for her, we wouldn't have a stream today. And
No joke at all. I was about to after you did your shout out, I was like preloaded to be like, oh, and I forgot someone. But yes, 100% agree. And Buttercup, she's taking a break from the game, and I think that's fantastic. So enjoy your break. We know we'll still see you in Discord and everything, but we love you. Yeah, good stuff. Do you want to do calm? You should do it. Do the everybody like and subscribe, and then we wave and end.
Thank you all for coming. Everybody, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that noti bell. We'll catch y'all in the next one.